Greetings, weary traveler. Come in, come in. Name's Byrus. Pull up a chair and warm yourself by the fire. Take a load off those feet. Claws. Hooves? It doesn't matter. From whatever realm you hail, here, all are welcome. For you have stumbled into the Tavern of Tales, friend, our very own interdimensional watering hole. Either by fate or by choice, you are in for a spectacular evening. I'm sure you've heard of Baxter, the esteemed patron of this establishment. He's a spellcaster of some renown, after all. Just don't stare too long when you see him. Tonight, we have a very special treat for all those gathered here. A tale from a place spoken only in hushed tones. Barovia. Or is it? For in the Barovia we're going, Strahd is not king, and 5 powerful vampire houses preside over the land. This place, removed from time, can only be entered via death, as our heroes discovered firsthand. Our tale follows the adventures of 4 unlikely allies as they unravel the mysteries of this shadowed realm. Dominic, the unspoken, orphaned half-elf assassin, hunting for revenge, naive to the consequences. Ranagar, the unyielding, little dragon, once mighty king of kobolds, now cursed to live as one, desperate to remember. Eros, the kind, graceful dancing fae, cursed by fire, frantic to spread joy they themselves were denied. Bastion, the curious, warrior poet, last of his brethren, obsessed with knowing why. So, sit back and grab a drink. Oh, speaking of, I hear the barkeep has a voice like butter, handsome to boot, and honestly, great listener. Anyway, where was I? Ah, yes. Tonight, we join friends new and old as alliances shift and friendships form, and perhaps, if we're lucky, find those thought lost to us along the way. The Tavern of Tales presents Houses of Barovia, with political intrigue, dangerous monsters, seductive vampires, and honestly, some inane nonsense along the way. I'll turn this one over to the teller of tales. Well met, friend. Enjoy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Tavern of Tales. It is a pleasure, as ever, to have you join us tonight as we dive back in to Barovia and see what our party of misfit adventurers get up to today. First, I have only one announcement from Byrus, and that is to brag about how great they sounded in the new little intro during the pre-stream, which I thought was pretty cool. So, yeah. Outside of that, let's introduce our cast and our characters. Ranagar.
Hi, hello. I'm Ranagar. That's me. I play Ranagar, the Unyielding, a dragon potentially cursed to be a kobold. It's in the air now. You can see him. He's flashing there on the side of the screen. He's a 2-foot tall kobold with 5 different colored scales along his body that represent which color dragon he is, because nobody knows. It's one of the 5. And then occasionally he transforms into a bigger dragon, which I've drawn for all of you, which eventually will show on stream. I don't know when. Anyway, I'm Patrick Lawler everywhere. Watch me do the D&Ds. Great intro, Pat. You really nailed it. I feel like we set a solid foot forward.
Oh no, they got small. Eros.
Hello, I'm Vex. I play Eros, who is a 3'11" satyr, monk bard multi-class. May have been a really awful person. He doesn't remember. I don't remember. So we'll see. Village was burned down, potentially by Ranagar, but also he potentially deserved it. You know, tit for tat. See what happens. But I am Dancing with the Fae or Dancing with the Fairy on all social media platforms, and I'm on a lot of them. So if you'd like to find me, that's where you can.
Oh. Bastion.
Yes. Hello, my name is Patrick Keefe. I am that gray gentleman everywhere on the internet. Off to a great start. You can find me primarily on TikTok and on Instagram. You can find me here every Sunday, and you can find me on The Writer's Room, a 7th Sea podcast where we play the game 7th Sea, produced by Chaosium Inc., same people who bring you Call of Cthulhu, where we play a sweeping pirate adventure and also teach people how to play the game as we go along. You can find us at The Writer's Room 7th Sea on all social medias and wherever podcasts are found.
Awesome. Jet, Dominique.
I played
hold on.
Dominic.
Sorry, Dom. Patrick, I need to introduce Bastion as well.
Sorry. Yes. Oh my God. I am playing Bastion Varance, a College of Lord Bard, and Seeker of Knowledge, who has found himself in Shadow Barovia by means of Vaz flicking him in the forehead and falling through eternity.
Sorry, not sorry.
Good time.
Dom.
I play Dominic. He is a 5'10" half elf with like long black hair. He wears a dress. They are my femboy, and they are an assassin rogue. And they may or may not have just, they've run into people that they've killed in Barovia, and it sucks. And then, yeah, he's trying to get revenge for his parents' murder, and yeah. I am Jet, also known as Dungeons and Penguins, newly rebranded on TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch. Well, actually, Twitter is D&D Penguin, but yeah, find me there.
Thank you. And Blondie, for the purpose of this, maybe don't introduce your character, because we'll introduce them in the game.
Yeah, I am that one Blonde mostly on TikTok, kind of on Instagram, but not really. And then I run a channel, ADH Adventures, that I'm on 3 times a week. Run a game on Tuesdays, play in a game on Wednesdays and Saturdays there. Of course, now you can find me here on Sundays. As far as my character, I guess you guys will see shortly.
Blondie, you're too quiet.
Oh no, let me talk louder. Hang on. Can you hear me better now?
Is there anything you can do on your end, Andrew? I'm struggling to hear Blondie. I can't turn them up on Zoom.
My Zoom just freaked out when I tried to do that.
Lovely.
Oh.
I can see it on the stream. Good. Wonderful.
You and I disappeared.
The stream
So-
says they can hear her fine, so.
We're getting mixed
Alright.
reviews.
Oh no, the videos
Uh-oh.
seem to have cut out a little bit.
Yes, they did. I am looking into it right now. Give me but a moment.
Bye, Blondie and Patrick. Loller.
Bye. It was
Yeah.
nice knowing you guys.
That was fun. Play with you next time.
It would not be a Tavern of Tales stream unless there were some technical difficulties.
Oh, also, thank you, Virus, for the monster before the stream. It's really going to help me through it. Need a drink? Don't be afraid to ask Virus. They've got you.
Should I
Hey, I'm
respond
back.
with "you're welcome"? Or... I don't know.
That was a very strange issue. It just toggled off Zoom. It just switched off of Zoom
That's very
Weird.
very strange.
on Streamlabs. Anyway, hello everyone. I am Andrew, formerly Baxter and Andrew. Now the Tavern of Tales everywhere except on YouTube, where it's Baxter's Tavern of Tales. I started making TikToks again, and I'm here doing this. So that's me, and obviously I am your teller of tales for the evening. Real quick, I'm going to hit the transition button so I can show this. Whoops, I did it, but it didn't go through. There! Real quick, that is what Dragon Ranagar looks like. A mix of the 5 dragons that Ranagar is the
Oh.
various colors of.
Yeah.
I figured I would throw that up there. It doesn't fit into our picture scroll, just based on its size. So I wanted to let everyone see what that looks like before we move on. So when Ranagar transforms, that's what he looks like. And then he changes colors depending on which color he's chosen for his transformation.
We could probably make it small enough to fit in the corner.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do like an
Right.
edit, but I can't do it right now.
That's fine. Also, little Ranagar looks different now.
Yeah, little Ranagar's gotten some upgrades. Upgrades, people, upgrades.
Upgrades.
With that said, unless I have forgotten anything, have I forgotten to say anything, everybody? I guess I will do the
There he
shoutouts.
is.
There's
Yay.
Ranagar.
Yeah.
First off, we have a Discord. So if you want to join us in the Tavern of Tales Discord, it's a great group, very supportive, lots of D&D stuff, and it's the best way to keep up with everything we do on this channel, this show and other shows. We post pictures and artwork, and if you want your own fan art in this scroll that we've got going on, that's the place to post it. So highly recommend that, joining us there. As well, I have a Patreon. Basically, all of the homebrew stuff that we do here, all of the subclasses, all of the monsters, all of the items will be uploaded onto Patreon. As well as now I'm going to add encounters. The encounter we did last week with the puppet stage fight, that'll be uploaded to Patreon on all the rules for running it, all the monsters, all that stuff. So if any of that stuff, if there's anything here that you're like, I really want this, it'll be on Patreon. There's a variety of tiers. The lowest being you get monthly updates. The mid-tier being you get access to everything constantly. And they'll be updated as they get playtest. And then the highest tier, I'll make something for you every month. I'll make you your own homebrew, personalized homebrew item, monster, whatever, every month. So check that out. I did the Discord, I did the Patreon. Am I forgetting anything?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Perfect. Very well then. Let us continue with Houses of Barovia. Last time, our party continued their foray into the monastery's catacombs, where they discovered a troop of the demon Rakdos, which Eros had once been possessed by. There they were turned into puppets and fought in a ludicrous battle that was a part battle, part show, and were successful in putting on a good show. They rescued the trapped townsfolk and sent them off with the bears, Galahad and Lancelot, the real bears, not the bear folk. And then they continued into the next room, which contained a number of members of the troop of Rakdos hanging from the ceiling by puppet strings, and a box that sparked a memory for Ranagar. Ranagar remembered being the keeper of that box and protecting it, and it being stolen. And that led to the destruction of Ranagar's beloved city of kobolds. It then came out that this box contained the demon Rakdos, who revealed some things. Like that Eros was the one who stole the box, and accidentally or on purpose, it is unclear, led to the destruction of Ranagar's home. During this, Rakdos attempted to enter Eros' mind, but Ranagar and the party had established a mental link using his dragon powers, and they battled Rakdos in a wonderful kaiju fight inside of Eros' mind. The party provided various supports, and Ranagar, using information from both of them, using the skills of Dom and the knowledge of Bastion, was able to wish into existence the god Vaz to help them defeat Rakdos. And they were successful in doing so. Much earlier than the DM intended, or than the storyteller intended. But here we are. They have all leveled to 10. They have received a number of magic items. And that is where we pick back up, as the party snaps back into their minds, standing in the now deserted chamber that once contained the box. The box now sits on the floor, bent inwards and crumpled and open, but no Rakdos inside, as he is very gone from this plane.
Is everyone all right?
So we're all like back in our regular bodies now.
Yes, you're back to normal.
Was I still a dragon?
Yes, I think you're still a dragon, correct?
Okay. Cool. For storytelling purposes, when I pop out of Eros, I think it's more fun if I go stumbling back into Little Ranagar. And also flying across the room. As if the effort of what I've just done is like I just go Rah! And I just go like splat into the wall and like slowly slide down. I just sit there.
I think we're all probably like knocked on our ass in some way, shape, or form. And Ranagar's just up against the wall.
He's just like heavy breathing.
Honestly, as you hit the wall and kind of slide down it, the coolness of the wall is a relief.
Oh, reality feels nice.
Yeah, it almost feels like I was there, but I wasn't there. And like, like I got filled in along the way somehow. I don't.
Regardless, you did a fucking badass job.
Not
Eros?
used to having that many people in my head.
That is entirely fair.
Eros will sort of glance over to Ranagar but not like make eye contact. Just making sure he's over there. Are you uninjured?
Ranagar holds up, just gives like a very half-hearted thumbs up, and then goes back to panting.
What's there? Do we want to get out of here?
That's probably for the best.
I don't know how long you guys were in there or what time of day it is. I'd rather not be confronted by guards after that.
No, that's fair, but at the same time, I think I could use some sunlight. Fresh air sounds good.
It's very good.
It smells like shitty carnival popcorn in here.
Oh, and the guards were probably in on it. That's okay.
We'll figure that out as we go along. Anybody need healing? Anybody hurt in any way, shape, or form?
Ranagar just quietly goes, just mentally!
I don't know that I can help with that, but fair.
Can we just...
Yeah, let's walk and talk.
Yeah, that sounds...
Or just maybe walk.
So the room we're in, like all the Rakdos people are gone.
Yeah, their uniforms are kind of scattered all over the ground, as if they, when you defeated Rakdos, they snapped out of it.
And all the townsfolk that were there where are they?
The townsfolk you sent off with Galahad and Lancelot to the surface.
There were other townsfolk that we came to save.
Oh,
I think
they've
they
left
all
too.
went.
They all came in and joined the cult of Rakdos. Those were all people who came in and like put on costumes. They were like haphazardly, so they've all left as well. The group that was in here has left.
So there's just the only thing left in the room is the crumpled box.
the crumpled box and the piles of discarded jester clothing.
Cool.
Bastion is gonna go over and pick up one of the masks and just kind of look at it for a second and then put it in his bag.
Gross.
Ranagar is kind of like holding his face, and then he goes, "Do I have a new horn?" It's just starts touching.
Based on that exclamation alone, Eros is actually gonna look at Ranagar just like, the fuck did you do?
Huh.
You guys will notice that Ranagar now
I-
has a blue dragon horn sticking out of the front of his face.
I
You're a
guess you do.
unicorn.
Oh, good. I'm a unicorn now. That's what needed to happen.
Congratulations.
Who wants
Yeah.
wishes? And then he kind of laughs. All
Your
right.
colors are brighter now too.
He looks down at himself. Oh, well, how about that? He also has now a green dragon frill. He had like spikes along his spine before, but now he has like a full frill.
Renegade, you're put your hand behind your head.
He reaches back. Oh, that's new too. How does it look? And he just kind of like does like a shimmy.
You look
Majestic.
handsome.
Pretty badass.
I guess since this is our first time being out of the mind meld, I'll go over and look at the 4 items that dropped from last time.
Mm-hmm.
A little behind the scenes, we already put those in our inventory, but for you, the viewer, so Ranagar's is like a dragon mask, and he puts it on, and when he does, his other horns reshape a little bit to be vaguely reminiscent of a mask of Rakdos, but not so much that it calls attention.
Dom will walk over and grab the oath bow and just I think I'll like this.
So head on over and take the peregrine mask. Use- Right, this ends. This is a weird looking.
I guess the
blend
crown's
in.
the only thing left. Yeah. I'll take the crown, I suppose. Weird.
You're royalty now. Congratulations. Eros now has like little feathers at the ends of his ears.
That's pretty cool. All of these are pretty cool. Thanks, Vaz. I think.
Oh,
Who the
I have
fuck
to
knows?
thank your gods for this. Okay.
No.
Thanks, Vaz.
No. Well,
Thanks, boss.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Voz. I assume you're paying attention.
To the surface?
We to the surface. And then
Yes.
Ranagar looks and says, "Somebody carry me." And then he just collapses.
oh God.
Eros will head over and pick him up.
Ranagar feels like if you picked up a lizard that was overheating and it's just like limp. It's just, I'm fine. I didn't overexert myself whatsoever.
Right. I'm sure.
I feel like Ranagar's lucky to not be an egg right now.
I'm also gonna go ahead and say that Ranagar has 2 points of exhaustion.
I like that a lot. I will give you a fate point for that.
How do I add exhaustion?
Top right
To
corner,
D-
status effects, and then exhaustion, click the second. As you were doing that.
Top right corner?
Yeah, on the main page of your character sheet, you should see status effects, conditions.
Oh, conditions. Why isn't exhaust? Oh, there it is. 2.
Ascending the stairs, you step briefly into the monastery, the doors of which are open, and they swing in a violent wind. Outside, a wild storm rages. Massive rain droplets slam into the windows, carried by gusts of hurricane winds that bring the rain almost sideways. The sky is thick with black clouds. Even the mists are choked out. Flashes of light fill the air as thunder cracks along the sky, jagged bolts tearing it open directly above the monastery. This is very clearly not a natural storm. Pushing the doors open is a struggle against the violent winds. Sideways droplets slam into your face, stinging your eyes and drenching your clothes quickly. The smell of the crypt is washed away, at least. Outside, bodies litter the courtyard. Not the civilians. Everyone chill. I can see the faces, and I was like, chill. The guards that stood watch are corpses now. The blood pools are mixed in with the rain, turning into a slick crimson. The closest bodies have nasty injuries. Slashes and stabs from a dagger-esque weapon. Extending from their wounds are nasty-looking burns as if energy exploded from them.
These are the
Reminiscent of
guards that we left?
Yes.
Oh,
Like the friendly guards?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
Reminiscent of the healed wound that Cicero had on his chest. Lying directly in front of the door, the back of their plate armor torn open and a similar wound to the others scarring their one-story back is Karis. It looks as though he was the first one killed, stabbed in the back, and then the guards fell shortly after. Sheltering in the corner from the rain where the monastery meets the perimeter wall are the 36 or so townsfolk. They shiver, but they stare in fear at the vampire seated on the well in the center of the courtyard. The first thing to note, there is no blood on this being, nor are they wet from the rain as the droplets seem to avoid them entirely. They wear angular black plate armor made up of finely connected plates. Bone is shaped into spikes from their shoulder pads and flow behind them. More bones extend from the back. A sword is sheathed on their belt, and a dark book bound with bone hangs beside it. A long hook weapon rests against the well. This being is deathly pale, more so than any of the vampires you've seen. They have a smooth, bald head. And of all the vampires you've seen now, they're the most monstrous. Their jaw is longer, and their features more angular and bat-like. Their face is gaunt, sunken, and deathly. Their fangs are noticeably larger than the others. However, despite their nearly dead appearance, their arms whistle with muscles and extend into strong hands. The claws, usually seen with vampires, have been trimmed some. Still sharp, but not the exaggerated points you've been used to. They glance at you with bestial red eyes and wave 2 fingers. The winds part, creating a bubble around the courtyard. The rain is held at bay, and the sound of the storm is muffled, as if behind glass. The creature speaks. Well now, greetings. I think it is about time we met.
Did you do it?
all of this.
He looks down at himself with a frown. Do I look as though I have been tearing people to pieces? No, they were like that when I found them. And
First of all, rain not hitting you. I just assumed like liquids would just run off of you. Arrow says, gesturing sort of with Ranagar.
It's fair. What's your name, stranger?
Manfred. You may call me Manfred von Karstein. He flashes his elongated fangs on the family name. It is time that we chatted. My music's not playing.
Now?
Can we find somewhere out of the storm?
Oh, the storm's parted. He's very clearly controlling the storm. Like, he used 2 fingers and the storm just went. That would be probably why the rain's not touching him.
Oh, shit. Never mind then.
And yes, now.
Well, if I can't give you 100% of my mental capacity, not my fault. Well,
Can we at least find somewhere to sit?
I suppose.
thank you. Eros will just begin walking, just trying to find somewhere nice to sit down for a nice
There's a
for a
tree.
moment. Sit down.
The ground's damp, if you don't mind the wet. It's covered in water.
You really did make things inconvenient. Eros will jump into the tree with Ranagar and just sit on a branch. I'm still in this conversation, for the record.
Very well. I believe that we can help one another to a certain extent.
Did you kill all these people?
No, we just did that.
Sorry, I'm tired.
Fair.
Fair.
Ah, the dragon. Pleasure.
So, what's
Well.
this help you're offering?
You have a bit of a problem with what you've done here. House Morveau is not going to take very kindly to your actions. And it would be very believable if it were to turn out that it was House von Karstein that attacked this place. I have no problem if they have beef with us. They already do.
I'm sorry, I was distracted by something in the chat. What's this fella's name?
Manfred von Karstein.
Von Karstein. So he's of the von Karsteins.
Yeah.
Who, refresh my memory.
They're the bad ones. They've been
They're
told
the bad ones.
They're the bad ones.
Cool. And he wants us to lay the blame of this attack on them.
Yes, he is basically saying, I will take the blame. Like, my house will take the blame for this, so you don't have to have the House Marvo as an enemy.
Ah, I see. Okay, cool. I'm back.
No worries. I saw what happened.
Woo! I'm back, baby. What do you get out of this? Why do you want that?
Well, I would need a few favors from you.
Of course you would.
First, you are now in possession of a winery. We would like continued shipments to Castle Drakenhof. Helps placate the citizens. Second, you have made an impression on Strahd. And we would ask that you would convince Strahd to host the upcoming Houses Gala at Castle Drakenhof. We're already prepared for the event.
I'm sorry, the favors that you want from us are a party and some wine? I'm going to be honest, I thought it was going to be a lot more.
See? This is how things usually work out. I told you.
I thought you were going to be like, we need your soul, or like, I don't know, a feat of servitude. Like, we can probably get you some wine and a party.
I have no need for your souls.
Not sure we have them anymore anyway.
Speak
Why
for
do you want
yourself.
Strahd to
I
host
am.
the party?
What did you say, Bastion?
Fine.
No, I want to...
Why do you want Strahd to house the party?
Oh, Castle Drakenhof is the von Karstein's castle.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
why
implication.
do you
you're getting.
want to host the party? Easier to kill everybody on your own turf?
No, that would be foolish. To show off, and to put the other houses on the back foot. And to avoid having to travel. That's a big one.
Always something political. Or
Ran-
lazy.
Ranagar, not very loudly to Eros, is like, I'm going to be honest, I haven't been entirely paying attention. Why are they evil again?
I think
Why don't we like the Van Constants?
they took over the winery. I believe people said they were attacking civilians and things of that nature. Though that's all rumored.
They apparently decorate their houses with bodies.
Ah, okay.
They did kill all the civilians at the winery, or at least their troops did.
Eros just gonna look over to the students and go, alright. I'm gonna need a few things from you to make this happen. I'm going to need a list of why you are best suited to host this party, what your venue has. It'll make it a lot easier, get Strahd. We can provide wine, obviously. Also,
No.
we're gonna need to know the decor. Is it going to be dead people and friends? Or
Something
Let's
a bit more classy.
let's not split hairs on this. You are going to do this because your options are convince Strahd to house the gala at Castle Drakenhof, or make enemies of 2 of the houses of Barovia, just in time for conflict to begin.
You're talking a lot of shit for a guy within dragon breath range. I just want to let you know, I may be tired, but I'll fucking eat you too. I just killed a demon.
Why do you think they would let
Lord,
you house the gala thing if if you want us to blame this on you guys?
I don't care. Let's kill all
Especially
the
after
houses.
this.
also,
Very good point, Dom.
who are they
How's this-
gonna believe?
They're going
People
to
who
believe
have
us.
worked for them?
People who've been here a week, please,
Oh yes.
and who have been
People who they
wildcards
already
the
hate?
entire time. I think you overestimate your power here.
I think was the right word, and a few slipped up truths. You can get almost anywhere.
No. Fine, overestimate your capabilities.
To
I
be
assure you, it
fair-
will already be difficult enough to reverse Barovia after what has happened. It is going
To
to
be
become far more
fair-
difficult when two houses hate you.
You're
Well, I
also
mean, your
trying-
house already hates us, so you're not really, like, sweetening the pot here.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? We killed one of yours.
You killed a vampire spawn. Oh no. How dare.
Why did you kill the civilians at that place?
I didn't. They did. I wasn't there. It wasn't even my operation.
Do you
Are
know
you
about
in
that?
the habit of
Insight
killing
check.
civilians?
Insight check.
Okay.
On specifically on the it wasn't my operation.
Okay.
16.
Seems to be telling the truth. I am in the habit of killing anyone who gets in my way. And I am a vampire and I do need to feed.
Hey.
I hate to say it, but he does have a point. You're also traveling with somebody who's only been here for a day and a half. Somebody that vampires don't know, somebody they don't trust. I'm willing to hang back, but at the same time...
I hate it when you're right. I hate it when all of you are right.
I say we just kill this guy, and then every other vampire. I'm tired. I want to take a nap.
Hey, Von Karstein. Do you like original Strahd better than weird Shadow Barovia Strahd?
No. Weird Shadow Barovia Strahd. Wait, sorry, ask that question again, because I think I got confused.
I also asked if you liked original Strahd more than weird Shadow Barovia Strahd.
Is the goal here to make him glitch? I'm having a brain
Yes.
moment. Oh, okay. Then yes, he glitches.
Oh, look at that. Neat.
This is the first time Bastion's seen that, right?
Second. It's the first time you've seen it. Bastion
Right.
saw it on Lokar. The
Yep.
That's fair. Arrows will look like whispered around the guy. Oh, he's not special.
No, but he is spectacularly annoying.
You're right about that. Maybe we help him then kill him later.
Is there
Yeah,
any
I
way
guess
to-
we could do that. All right, fine. We'll give you your wine. We'll try to convince Strahd to throw the party at your palace.
very good.
I would still like to know about the decor though.
Yeah, we will need to know those details so we can convince Strahd. We can't just like walk up to him and be like, "Hey, good buddy Strahd, we ought to throw this place, castle thing at the." You do
Strahd
whatever."
knows Castle Drakenhof. And you are a persuasive bunch. I'm sure that you can handle it. It is at this moment that there is a flash, and a portal opens. Ranagar, you'd recognize this. Bastion, you'd recognize this. It's Dimension Door.
Sure.
Manfred doesn't move much, but his arms go from crossed to side very quickly. And stepping through the portal in a traveling outfit is Decima. She glances at Manfred and turns up her nose. She grimaces as if smelling something foul. Behind her is Liz. If you would describe your character, please.
Yeah, Liz is about 5'9", fighter, sorcerer. She's got 2 twin blades, one on either side. Is dressed in armor. I'm guessing some sort of official uniform or attire. And she has long black hair, but it has little hints of blue and purple in it. And her eyes are dark and kind of unusual. And if you look really closely, it almost looks like there are stars in her vision. She looks almost human, but not quite. So for most people, they probably wouldn't think twice. I'm guessing she just stands kind of at attention, like focused on what's going on. And as she looks around the group in front of her, there's a vague flicker of recognition before she catches it and continues to kind of stand, I guess, at attention just behind.
As these two step into the courtyard, Manfred, hands at his side now, in a more ready position, just flicks his two fingers. The wind stays at bay, but the rain encroaches across the wall so that both Decima and Liss are caught in the torrential downpour. Decima maintains her poise and gaze as she is suddenly just drenched with water. With rainwater.
Liz just rolls her eyes.
Decima. Manfred. Liss. He nods at you.
Lovely
Well-
as always.
This has become crowded. If you need details of Castle Drakenhof, you are welcome to visit.
Do we have your
Forces.
word you won't kill us on sight?
Absolutely. In fact, the forces of the von Karstein forces will be specifically instructed to allow you to pass. It will be very helpful, given everything that's gone on. And he shoots daggers at Decima and Liss. However, I have little desire to remain in this company, and this company has little desire to remain in mine. And then in a flash, he vanishes. The wall holding the storm at bay comes rushing in, buffeting you with lashes of wind carrying stinging rain.
Great.
Decima, breaking her poise, covers her face with her arms and walks over to you, shouting, "We should leave this place. I can portal us to the winery.
People over there.
You can bring them all.
Okay.
Probably safer than leaving them here, yes?"
Yeah, it's probably the case.
And then her hands glow, and she twists her arm and casts Gate, which, for the rules lawyers in the chat, works differently in Shadow Barovia, because you can't leave. Opening a portal. It goes brightly, and despite the rain and wind, you can see the winery. It's gloomy, but dry, and the sun's still up, so it's fairly lit. Without a word, Decima scrambles through the portal to escape the rain.
Should we take Karis's body with us or just leave him?
We should probably take the body.
Liz steps to
That's
one side of
right.
the gate and kind of stays back, waiting till everyone else is through.
Just double checking. We only see Karis, right? Not his sister.
Correct.
Arrows will continue carrying Renegar, and we'll start ushering the town's folk through. You're going to be safer over here. You won't be in rain. No demons.
They seem pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Compliant and just come with you. In fact, a couple of them, when you mention the body, it's that group of them, like 5, go over and like very difficultly pick up the very heavy body of Karis and kind of bring it along. So clarify, everyone's stepping through the portal, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, last-
2 questions
Bastion.
before that happens. One, does Bastion recognize Decima?
Yes. Yeah, you've seen artwork of them.
And then 2, can I roll a perception check to see if I notice anything particularly odd about Liss's appearance?
Absolutely.
Oh, upon seeing Liss, Dom would have like briefly frozen and then just played it off like nothing happened.
I'm gonna have Ranagar roll perception at disadvantage to see if he even is paying attention.
17 for me.
All right. With a 17, Bastion, you do catch a glimpse of the eyes that are vaguely familiar of Vaz's. Not like in any relation other than the stars thing. It's not, it doesn't look like, it's not specifically the astral sea, it looks more like a starry sky, if I'm remembering correctly, right, Liz? Yeah, it looks more like a starry sky. So it's got that same vagueness, but Vaz's eyes are the astral sea. It's like a swirling miasma. Ranagar, what did you get?
I got a 16.
You see that you notice the same details, that uncanny valley, kind of just different, just slightly off from human, wish human if you ordered it from Wish, and then the eyes as well.
Ranagar has the same reaction as Dom, and then looks over at Dom.
To the winery.
And through the portal. It's gloomy as you step through the portal to the exterior of the winery. Lights flicker in the windows, welcomingly. Decima grumbles and snaps her fingers to dry her clothing as people kind of filter around and just sort of mill about, not really sure what to do. Her hair is fizzy, and everywhere the moment the moisture leaves it, she frowns and pulls her hair back and ties it. Well, this has been a day, she grumbles. She cracks her neck and sighs. Well, we have a lot to discuss. This is Liz. She points to Liz as they are the last through the portal and gate closes behind her.
Liz nods to everyone and then goes and steps back just off the right side of Decima.
We'll just cast prestidigitation on this. Clean off the water.
Oh, thank you.
Well, maybe she should tell you. Decima looks exhausted. Her eyes are sunken in, her cheeks are gaunt. She's even paler, somehow. Could we head inside?
I am with them. Ranagar is also looking very tired and wet.
For purposes of expediency, does someone want to volunteer to kind of fill in the houndsfolk and just have them come inside and just basically... Yeah, Bastion, do you want to just kind of wrangle the townsfolk briefly? We don't need to... I mean, unless you want to do it. If you want to do the whole wrangling townsfolk thing, but it's just
Bastion's got all the notes, so he'll just go through everything and kind of...
So is this the whole
do a
town?
debriefing.
No, it's like 30-ish people. It's a big chunk of the town.
It'd be really funny if we just stole the whole town.
The town's like...
Yeah.
The town's only like 150 people, so it's a big chunk of the town.
Are they like not okay?
They... physically, they look fine. They're like dirty and ratty from being down there for so long. They all look pretty exhausted.
Drained.
And drained and just kind of not all there. Like they're trying to process everything that they went through. Especially the ones who are no longer, especially the ones that still have like smeared makeup where they like tried to clean the makeup off. And they look like, actually Eros, you recognize exactly what they look like. They look like people who are possessed, who are just, like a part of their brain is just gone right now. Like they don't know how to
Eros
function.
is gonna set Ranagar down somewhere safe and, comfortable. And is then gonna head over to the townsfolk with a rag, probably, like, usher them over to, like, some sort of what, like the well, grab a bucket out and start helping them get the makeup off of their face.
All right. Bastion, you'll wrangle them, so
Yep.
to speak. I'd say this,
Andrew, check your phone.
Stations all around. Yeah, just helping Eros clean everybody up for the
Sounds
most
My-
part.
I'm on the ground. Am I just where did you leave Ranagar?
Probably on a chair or something, somewhere comfy, where
Cool.
you would sit.
Ranagar is on his back.
just lounging. It's at this point that Galahad and Lancelot step out, not the bears. Oh yeah, the bears are still there, I think, because the hour long. Unless you didn't cast a concentration spell, I don't think. So.
No, I guess not.
So yeah, they're just chilling out, kind of standing on guard, and the humanoid Lancelot and Galahad come out. They sort of have this
Oh,
brief,
there's-
shocked look, and
Forgot
then
about that.
they see Karis's body, and they very wordlessly walk over, and just the two of them pick up this very heavy plate-covered body and just carry it off somewhere.
Shouldn't have gone off alone.
No, it was a mistake.
Ranagar, I guess to the bears, Lancelot and Galahad, is like, go watch my room where all the valuables are.
And they just head inside.
And Ranagar like lolls his head over and looks over at Bastion. Bastion, you're still there, right?
Mm-hmm.
This new horn's really heavy. Also, I don't want the townsfolk going through my room.
Entirely fair. I'll keep an eye as well. If I notice any stragglers, we'll round them up.
Go on.
Okay. While the party are kind of doing what they're doing with the townsfolk and stuff, while she's standing next to Decima, I think Liz is just very closely looking at each person individually. Not like a creepy way, but just like she's trying to place something she can't quite place. And she's just gonna watch you all very, very closely as you interact.
Where is Dom?
I feel like Dom would have tried to stick around his mom, not really knowing what to do.
Okay, so are you not... So right now, Bastion and Ranagar are near each other. Eros is with the townsfolk. Where is Liz is nearby us?
Yeah, Decima
Sorry,
and Liz are
if-
basically with you guys. I think Decima would probably have walked over to you, Ranagar.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I was gonna say, yeah, Dom would be around you guys if you noticed you two were together.
she kind of, you get the sense that she has like picked up that you guys went through something really serious and is just sort of giving you time for the moment. But she does look
Ranagar looks
frantic.
over at Decima and goes, "We did something stupid. Did anything change drastically while we were gone?" Bit of a rhetorical question.
not that I noticed. But we just arrived when we saw the storm.
That didn't seem natural. Oh, can I druid check that?
Oh, it wasn't natural. It was very clear that Manfred was controlling the storm.
Oh, okay, so it was that asshole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't do all the stabbings?
No. He said that, and the insight check said that he was not lying. And it didn't look like the wounds looked like a dagger, not a sword or a hook or claws or anything that he was carrying.
Cool.
And I roll like an insight to see if it was Karis' sister, 'cause that's what I'm thinking. But
Your assassin brain, you very quickly like Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham Asylum games like pieced together and could picture how the fight went. Like Karis stepped forward, maybe to speak to the guards, got stabbed in the back, and then whoever this was tore the guards apart in like 9 seconds. And you could picture almost exactly how they moved from person to person to do it.
Bastion is gonna walk over to Dom and his mom. You're Decima, correct?
I am, yes. We have not met. Decima Alexandrix. A pleasure. I guess I'm not Decima Alexandrix here, but regardless.
Bastion Varence.
I do not know.
Dom. You do?
I do
know
not.
that name?
Sorry.
Oh, you don't know?
I do not
Fine.
know that.
Bit of an investigator. I'd like to have a conversation with you two at some point.
Very well.
I have some information that you might find useful.
We do
Or
have
interesting at the very least.
much to discuss.
Liz has moved just slightly away from Dom. Like, not super obviously, but just very slightly away from Dom and glances at him a couple times, and looks at Decima almost like, we need to talk later.
Ranagar looks at Dom and goes, So we're on the same page, you and I, right now, right?
I think we are.
'Cause you know that I know, right?
Yep. Yeah, no,
Okay. So we're
Yep.
both... Do you want to bring it up?
we
want to
could
bring
just
what
pretend
up?
it didn't happen.
I think they remember.
I do not understand.
Oh, that's fine. Just a little moment between your son and I.
Liz is gonna look over to Decima, and she is going to, I don't know how you are on like the components for this, but she's gonna cast message.
Okay.
To Decima, and just say, an interesting turn of events. Dom killed me.
Well,
Oh my.
Pessima sort of freezes. Is it strange that this is not the first person that I've met that Dom killed?
We hear that out
You say
loud.
that
Yeah,
out
they say
loud,
that
or-
out loud. Like, they're so shook. They're a little shook.
Oh no.
Oh,
Ranagar just very quietly sighs and goes, "Oh, good, we're all on the same page."
I suppose we do have very much to discuss.
Seems like it.
Bastion, are you caught up?
yup. Nope. Got that.
It just
Okay.
Oh God.
Our little Dom's been killing again.
Right.
I don't know how they always seem to end up here, but
How long? And Ranagar kind
I
of
think
thinks for
I
a
do.
moment. How long has it? How I would know the time. And so Ranagar looks at Liz and goes, "Have you been here about how many years? Would you say? Anyone who
How
can
many
answer
years?
that?
How many years have you been here, Les?
I'm not sure how long this whole thing's been going on.
It's been
I
longer
don't
than
know.
you've been dead, so it'd be as 3 years.
Okay, I was like 3-5-ish, something like that.
Yeah, 3-4
So
years.
so Ranagar goes, "So you've been here like 3 years, 6 months, and 4 days, something like that."
Something like that. Rather, she kind of looks between you and Dom.
I remember what he remembers. It's a whole thing.
Do you remember
So-
what?
so just trying to straighten things out. So she's been here longer, like since before Dom killed her in a way, because Dom killed her less than a year ago, right? Because it would have been after Nerkaris.
No, it was before Nerkaris.
It was?
Yeah, this would have been. Oh, I guess it can't be before Nerkaris. We'll
Because
sort it out.
Nerkaris
We'll,
was my
we'll,
first kill.
we'll
Okay.
jumble that out.
Time,
Alright.
Time.
Timey-wimey, mumbo-jumbo.
Timey-wimey stuff.
We'll discuss it after Dom.
All right, sounds good.
We're gonna go with 3 years though for canon for moving forward. We'll just adjust the timeline a little bit for Dom. Moving on.
I guess Eros will come back at this point. From the townspeople. Sort of
Eros, would you
wiping
like
off.
to be caught up?
It never ends. Bastion
So,
will sort of place a hand on Eros' shoulder.
You know, like 3 some odd years ago, I killed Liz.
Oh, that's all?
Now that we're all on the same page, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. Got me worried. For a second.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Getting the impression that's not an unusual.
You'd
You'd be surprised.
You'd be the second person we've known that Dom's killed.
If I had the gold piece for every person that Dom had killed that is here in Shadow Barovia, I would have 2 gold pieces, which is not a lot. But it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Among
Bastion
many
just like quietly
strange
snickers
things,
to himself as he's writing down his notebook.
among many strange things here, that is one of them.
You're not gonna try to kill Dom, are you?
I would
Liz
Because we'll have to
raises an
stop
eyebrow.
you, and it's like a whole thing. You seem nice. I don't want to kill you.
She raises an eyebrow and just looks at you and goes, "Why would I try to kill Dom?"
Revenge is a pretty natural thing.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
death
encouraging
happens.
you towards it or anything like that.
Death happens.
Okay, cool. We're on the same page. This is working out
All
great.
right. Cool.
I would say it's not ideal.
Right.
But it was hardly. Never mind.
Oh,
Insight
perhaps.
check real quick.
I'm
All
gonna
of you,
get
just
it on
all
that
of
insight
it.
check.
Oh, absolutely. Not great. That's a 7. I think Bastion's just kind of taking everything in at the moment, and it's just there's a lot happening right now.
Nothing. There
There's
was
a lot
nothing
that
more
he's
to
done.
that statement. There's nothing unusual.
Yeah. No,
It's fine.
just
Well,
There's a 19 on Arrow's end. He just stares at Les. Just.
Les? Are you being truthful? Are you telling fibs?
I mean, being truthful just cut herself off from saying more about dying.
So you do get the sense there's more to that, but not about Dom. Would that be an accurate assessment?
Yep.
You're keeping shit. That's fine. We just met you. As long as you're not gonna try to kill any of us or like sabotage us, you're good in my book.
I have no plans
nice
to
to meet
kill
you.
any of you. Nice to meet you too.
Well, perhaps we should head inside and discuss more.
Oh, before that, anything else happens, Ranagar looks over at Liz and goes, I'd say David Tennant is my favorite Doctor Who, but I understand that isn't everyone's opinion. And then he just waits to see if you glitch.
She does not. She just watches him slightly confused and kind of watches him a little bit more closely.
Oh, cool.
That's
They
not
don't glitch.
That's
So you're important. Good to know.
She raises an
So
eyebrow again.
is glitching mean you're not important?
Yep. More or less.
Okay, just
When you stop
little-
glitching, you
be a
become
little-
important.
okay.
I feel like I'd like to go back to not being important.
Well, you don't.
Oh,
You're important
Not
now.
longer.
Be nice.
I'm glad you're important, Mom.
Aw,
As,
look at our little Dom.
Adorable.
as am I. And they like walk over and like ruffle Dom's hair. And they don't stop. They just keep doing it like the entire time. Not like head scratches. I mean like messing up their hair. Like annoying. Yes, it is actually Liz who realized that I was no longer affected. Apparently Liz has not been affected the entire time they've been here.
I was slightly uncomfortable with that explanation, but then she kind of nods, like, yeah.
Oh, so you're aware of the glitch.
Oh yes, of course I'm aware of the glitch.
Perfect.
Nice.
More important.
Kind of.
So,
fun.
just double checking. No hard feelings?
Liz kind of looks at Dom for a second. That might be a little strong, but I can get over it. As long as it doesn't happen again.
Kill me once. Shame on me. Kill me twice. Shame on you.
And she's gonna take a moment where she kind of like puts her hands on each of her swords, and I think the impression is pretty blunt that like I'll be ready this time kind of a thing.
That's fair.
Decima kind of leans down and like tilts Dom's head up and is like, "Darling, please stop killing people. I mean, you're probably not going to be able to, if I'm being honest, especially with the events that transpired today. But please."
We're gonna sort of need them to keep killing people.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Maybe stop killing people who aren't trying to kill you. I don't know. I'm sure we can figure
Oh,
out. more.
actually, I like that
Well,
one.
don't
That's a
deserve
good.
it.
Will help.
Things are gonna change when I get out of here, for sure.
Very good.
Oh, good
Kinda.
luck with that.
Shall we head inside? I have to fill you all in, and then I have
Please,
just
Um.
what to do.
Ranagar.
She'll cast levitate on Ranagar.
Well,
You
I
just
guess
feel
that works.
weightless, and it's actually nice. Some of the like soreness in your muscles goes away as like the gravity's taken off of it.
Ranagar goes absolutely limp.
Ah.
She sort of
As-
puts the levitate so that like it supports you, so you don't have to support yourself, so you're not like bending your neck back, and then it's just sort of like, oh, Ranagar, you are a wonderful creature.
Very tired.
I can see that. Perhaps
As-
it's like,
We're
As they're going in, Ranagar is just talking to Dom's mom. He's like, I killed Raktos, you know. They helped.
I feel like that's a story you're going to need to tell me as we transition inside. While they're transitioning inside, is there anything anyone wanted to do still outside?
The only thing I'm gonna say is as they go into the winery, Iros will reach down and very subtly hold on to part of Bastion's clothes as they go in.
Hmm.
Not trying attention or anything.
Bastion will whisper to Eros. We're gonna have to talk about the wounds on those bodies. I take it you recognized them?
Very good. I'm going to need a nap first.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. We'll head inside.
And Liz, I assume you've already followed Decima.
Yeah. She's just gonna pretty much stay right, like just behind Decima while they're, unless there's reason not to.
So, brief time jump. Get them sorted. Get the civilians sorted. And they start taking care of themselves. They start figuring out there's cots in the basement, and so they sort of just start taking care of themselves. A couple of them take up kind of a leadership mandate, a couple of the less messed up ones, and just start getting people like sorted for beds and stuff. I think in the main winery area for now, because there's not enough rooms for them at this point. But they sort of start taking care of themselves, and then Lancelot and Galahad will the bears. One of them is just seated in front of Ranagar's door, just like completely against it, like weightfully against it, blocking it. And then the other one is sort of standing there, not menacingly, just watching them, making sure nobody does anything that they're not supposed to free the party up for this chat. Where would you guys like to have this first conversation?
Dining room?
My dining room is probably gonna work.
All right. Oh. This has been the day for everyone, it seems. And Decima will pull out a... Oh, that is not what I want to click. I did it again. We'll pull out a map of Barovia and lay it out. But this map is different than the one you've received. If it'll load. This one has the territories drawn on it, like the other map, but the territories have shifted a lot. If it'll load on here. Well, I guess the first thing to say is that Barovia, the houses of Barovia, are no longer at peace. I don't know if I'd describe it as open conflict yet. Strahd has not been seen since I spoke to him last, which was a few days ago now, I believe. And I was away, but someone, and I'm not sure who, has moved the... I'm gonna refresh. Boundary. Has moved the Von Zarovich armies. I shouldn't have named them similarly. I screwed myself over with that. The Von Zarovich armies, and have seized, well, the eastern half of Barovia. And they'll motion to the map, which did load. They have positioned troops at all of the choke points. They have bats and other flying units patrolling the skies, bridges, and the hillside that connects their territory to Brezek. The von Karsteins have done similarly, securing their territory as well. And well, House Morveau and House Volstov have been sort of caught unawares. I suspect, and you'll note, that they're going to be fighting over this central area here, the green and blue area that they motioned to. I will put this up on the stream. I realize that's probably give a visual to our wonderful
Foundry is just not working today, apparently.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah,
it's really struggling for me. I
Had
same.
to close and like reopen.
might put the map up on something else. Wonder why it's struggling today. Oh, a new update came out today. That's why.
That would do it.
Oh, I see it now. Is this battle lines?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, I'm so upset with you that you used blue and purple.
Red, green, blue.
Red and green that you used are fine. The blue and purple, I can tell that they're different, but I can't tell where one begins or the other ends.
Oh, I'll.
Is there a
change those
pink in
colors.
here?
There's kind of a pinky purple. Yeah, I'll change the.
And a purple?
They were made of different.
There are
colors.
like 3 colors that I can't see, I think.
I'll swap them out. But all
There's
of
a
this,
light blue. Well,
all of this here.
I can tell
is-
there's a light blue right here. This and this, are they different?
No, that's all supposed to be the same color. It's just what it was made
All of
Photoshop.
this is supposed to be the same color?
Yes. It's not. I'm not an
Over
expert at
here,
Photoshop.
this too?
So there's
Like
all,
all of
green.
this and
Yeah.
all of that and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of this? Like this whole area is all one army?
I will change the colors and we'll make it easier for
oh,
you.
that's not a button I wanted to press. Go
I
away.
can draw on this.
I don't
Can you
know
see
how to use
orange?
that.
Does orange work? Is that
Orange
showing?
works fine. We just have to be not close to each other on the table.
Gotcha. I forgot about that. That is my bad.
There we go.
So blue, and you can see green, right? The green's fine. Is the green and blue fine?
Oh, that orange that you use is getting lost in the map.
Did not consider color blindness when I did this. That is my bad.
Is there like lines of pink overlaid among...
It's just because the color couldn't match. The way I did it made it very difficult to color match, so it ended up just being
okay.
kind of clunky.
But this whole right side of the map is all one color.
We're figuring
Correct.
Okie dokie. I think I can see
Cool.
these different colors. It's just that you use 2 similar ones, and that's what's throwing me off. But I think I now can see and figure out what's supposed to be going on.
Is that black showing up well? Sure looks like it on my end.
If it is, it hasn't shown up yet.
Bam.
I can see that now, yes.
My brain with
Apologies.
Roll20 is that I should be able to just click the map and like move it, but I don't know how
Right.
to do that on.
Right click and drag.
Okay.
Oh,
So there are 4 colors and then the rainbow one.
There are. I did use similar colors. I apologize.
I'm so glad you asked, Dom, because I was feeling really dumb over here. Sorry, I'll probably end up calling you by your character name.
So there are 1, 2, 3 green, blue, red, purple, and teal. Teal is here.
What?
Can you not see this right here?
Oh, man, fuck you, Andrew. Where?
Didn't-
What are you
my-
talking about?
Where my cursor is. Arcanist's Tower.
The
We have a
rainbow
hydrate.
one?
We have a hydrate. Well, I'll
Wait,
fix
you're
this
talking
for
about the
later.
striped one? That's teal?
No, not the striped one where my cursor is.
Lake
Lake Baratok. Lake Baratok is its own color because that's where the Arcanists are.
Oh, no, I can't see that at all. Whatever color's there doesn't exist.
I will make those colors completely different.
Okay, so there are 6 different colors on the map.
Yes.
You decided to use blue, teal, and purple because you're an asshole.
I may have accidentally done an ableist. My bad.
Oh no.
I just want everybody to at Andrew for not caring about the colorblind.
How dare?
Hey, there's the battle line.
Moving on. Red is von Zarovich or von Karstein. Purple is von Zarovich. Green is House Morveau. Teal / the color that Patrick can't see at all. Just the tower basically is Grekenich, and then blue is Volstov. And you've met all of these families, and you can look at all their photos now. I guess you've met this person too.
So, which is the one with the 5 with the kids, the big vampire lady?
That's green. That's House Morveau.
That's green. What is the purple?
Purple is von Zarovich. That's Strahd and Irina. And
Okay.
Sergei.
Which is the one that has been taking over everywhere?
That was purple.
So purple is just expanding its reach. That's Strahd. Strahd and Irina have sent bats and
Well,
soldiers.
It is unclear whether it was Strahd or Sergei, or not Strahd or Sergei, Irina or Sergei. I don't know who I wasn't there.
Is
and then I came
Sergei
back. Strahd's brother,
Strahd's brother?
the one who's like quasi leading, but like Irina also appears to be leading.
Red are the
so-
bad guys.
Yeah.
Who are the blue ones? Those are the knights.
Yes, that's the
helped
knights.
The Arcanist Tower is just its own thing.
Yeah, that's Marishka and the vampire.
They're their own family.
They're their own house. Yeah, they're the 5th house.
Do they have like armies, or is it just the Lich and his?
They have a very small force, most of which was captured. They used to control all of the territory, and they kind of point to basically the waterways that are outside of village Barovia and Zur. They used to control all of this, but that has been seized and most of their troops destroyed. They do not seem to be acting at all, mostly because no one's heard from Exithanthener in years.
Are any of them like actively fighting each other?
Not yet, but I think House Morvor and House Volstav are going to come to blows over this area in between Valaki and Krezek. Basically, moving around Barovia is going to become much more difficult.
Just so you know, the lines that you're drawing aren't showing up on stream.
Why did they vanish? My lines just vanished on me. Regardless. I will make sure that the map is updated so it is much easier to see for everyone involved.
Cool.
But that is
Cool.
that is how things are shaking out now in Barovia.
It's difficile.
I apologize for bringing additional bad news to you. But simply using the Von Zarovich crest is not going to allow you freedom of mobility around Barovia anymore.
Great. That's fun.
Okay, real quick, just to make sure I'm on the same page. To our knowledge, we haven't lost the werewolves yet.
I have heard nothing of the werewolves. Actually, I have heard nothing of the werewolves. They haven't attacked in however long you've been here. I don't know, 2 weeks now?
Oh god.
To make sure they're all right. In
Well,
some
I mean,
capacity.
we specifically told the werewolves not to attack the vampires, so them not being heard by the vampires is good. That's probably not a bad thing.
That's great. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I am saying
I did send a message to the werewolves not that long ago.
we haven't seen them. We haven't heard from them. The vampires haven't seen them. Haven't heard from them.
It's only been like what, a week since we talked to the leader.
Yeah. that sounds
Yeah,
about
did
right.
you get a response back from your message?
I sent that message in game like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It's not been long.
It hasn't been like enough. No, because we literally sent the message, traveled halfway across the map, traveled back, went to the Arcanist Tower, came back, and then we fucked up this crypt. So like we haven't
Yeah.
had time to like
Yeah, no, it's
talk
fair.
to them.
They respond to the message.
We have not given them time to respond to the message.
The letter, wasn't it?
No, I sent them
Oh.
an owl.
What is it now?
Okay, yeah.
Understood. Didn't know if it was a magical one or not.
I mean, it was a magical bird.
Fair. That's fair.
Alright, vampires suck. New vampires suck. Old vampires kind of suck. We're now in the middle of a battle.
Not all vampires suck.
Technically, they do.
Some of them lick.
Some of them drink from cups, like civilized folk.
Okay, that has fascinated me for a little while.
So what you're saying is the teeth aren't like straws. You just use them to puncture and then you suck the blood? I always kind of thought you sucked through the teeth.
Yeah,
No. They're just allow you to tear better. That's why vampires tend to kill their prey when they eat them, because they tear their throat out in order to get enough, flow.
Then why have the fangs at all?
that's terribly inefficient.
Why wouldn't you just have like a whole mouthful of sharp teeth like I do?
Because these are far more elegant.
Are they?
I like that vampires were created with elegance
To
in
be
mind
fair,
when
they
you have
look
to
cool.
tear out someone's throat.
They were crafted by a creature, by a being, so...
Yeah.
A being whose
Well,
whole thing is
watching-
infiltration. Sorry, Liz?
You're fine. While watching Ranagar like have this whole conversation, Liz is like trying to stay looking professional, but she kind of like twitch where she's trying not to laugh as she watches him.
Ranagar, I don't know. Let's see if he notices it. He does. Ranagar preens, having been noticed. Puffs up a little despite being exhausted. It's like,
Oh, well, I see somebody agrees with me. Dragon teeth, cooler than vampire teeth. I
I
think we
don't
could
think
all.
I don't know if I disagree with that at all.
That's fair.
Ranagar points at his own face. Tiny dragon teeth.
I just don't know if dragon teeth are more elegant than vampire teeth.
I mean,
And you got
dragon teeth have healed us multiple times, so.
that is
Right,
very useful.
Randmagar?
That's true. That's pretty elegant, one might say.
You get
What's
this-
more elegant than health?
Fair. You get the sense that Decima is stalling, but like in a good way. Like they're trying to stall to stay. You can tell they really should be leaving, but they don't want to go.
If you want an excuse to hang out,
Oh.
you look like you could use some rest.
I could, but I cannot. I am expected back. My house rules Barovia, and now
Which
Well,
house is that?
House von
They're
Zarvish.
directly under Strahd.
Oh,
Yeah, she
okay.
works for Strahd and Irina and Sergey, and I have no idea what is going on.
Are any of them mad at us?
I have no idea. I haven't talked to Sergey. Like I said, this all happened while I was away.
Great.
I was
Super
with
useful.
the von Karsteins. I apologize. I wish I knew more. If I know more, I will send word. However, as it turns out, we have already discovered that Liz is in the same boat as the rest of you. But I had brought them to act as to assist you as an advisor on Barovia, to help navigate the new shifting political situation.
Can't say that'd be unwelcome.
This nods. That's
Also-
okay with you, of course. She kind of looks around the group.
Just to go over the list again. Not gonna kill any of us, trap any of us, be a double agent for any of the houses, not loyal to someone outside of Decima. You're fine. You're lovely, actually. Not, part of a cult, not a
Part of
secret
a
mass
cult.
murderer.
Oh,
We
I
just
thought I had a
killed a lot of the cult of Rakdos, and then
Mm.
we helped Ranagar kill Rakdos themselves. So that was
you have had the
fun.
I was a puppet.
Liz
And-
definitely looks impressed.
And
and
upon
usually take care of
upon
her.
saying that, Ranagar unwittingly activates one of the abilities of his mask, and he becomes a puppet.
Oh God!
Ah!
What?
Oh,
Why is that still a thing?
I didn't.
I don't-
What? Why?
Bastard's just like cackling.
What is
Falls off
happening?
his
That's
chair.
not. What is that?
I didn't mean to do that. That's new. Oh God.
What type of puppet are you? What type of puppet is Ranagar?
Just a little puppet kobold.
Oh, no, I know. What type of puppet?
I guess a hand puppet.
Eros is gonna wear Ranagar on
Oh, good. Now you've been inside each other.
Inside.
Liz is
Oh,
very confused and looks between them and Decima like.
I don't know, dear.
Ranagar just slowly
You're gonna have to
turns.
get used to it. It seems.
I like the
Here a day
idea
and a
that
half. Welcome to the madness.
once you put Ranagar on, you lose control of the hand. Just- so like when Bastion says it, your hand just starts turning so that Ranagar is looking at Bastion.
What? Come
I
on.
cannot. I suppose if you can't have fun doing this, then why do it at all? Other than, figuring us out. Perhaps getting out of this place. Not
And-
dying
and
Are
again.
you
Ranagar-
sure you don't want to stay?
Poof! Back to
Maybe
being
for-
Ranagar.
You know what? We could formally invite you for a glass of wine, and he'll just kind
Uh.
of like look at the other everybody else because it is not his place to invite somebody.
Eros will look over to listen, like back at Bastion. Is like, we may as well bring you along. We picked him up after he fell out of the sky.
It's
Yeah.
very true.
Fell out
Day
of
and a
the
half.
sky, huh?
I do need the answer
A long
to my
story.
question from you, though. actually.
Yes, not part of a cult. Not a double agent.
Alright.
Won't stab you in the back. Did I miss any?
What
Will you
about the
stab me in the
front?
front?
Oh, good.
At least if you're gonna
It's
stab,
not-
stab us in the front. Do it to our face, not in the face though, preferably.
I will not kill you. Is that
Alright.
better?
Will you
Oh,
steal from us?
I don't want to be maimed either.
Just
I
No
gonna
maiming,
put it
I
out
won't
there.
stealing.
maim you. I won't steal from you. I don't know why I would need to steal from you, but I won't do that.
Just
Perfect.
gonna put it out there. I don't plan on trying to kill you again. There's nobody here giving me money for that, so I.
All I'm going to say, Dom,
That's a
is
great
if
And
you
reason,
it
Dom.
sounds
try-
like we're gonna need you.
if
So
you
I
try to
don't.
kill-
No, I.
If you try to kill me again, it might end the other way this time. That's all I'm going to say.
Arrows is gonna insight check both of them.
Antagonistic behaviors, please.
Liz for their answers, and then Jet for, well, Dom for,
That's fair.
not trying to kill Liz.
I guess Liz, before they roll.
Is this
Are you lying?
persuasion?
Am I lying
Yeah.
about not killing them?
Yeah, about not killing the party, all the maiming.
Killing, not betrayal,
Everything.
not
The whole
called,
No,
etc.
no, she's telling the truth. She just met them.
So that's a nat 1 for a 9.
On deception?
Persuasion?
How
Persuasion or perception?
Persuasion.
how
not
do
lying.
you? Oh, you're not lying. Oh,
Oh, then.
you don't need to. You don't need to roll if you're not lying. You don't need to persuade them.
Although I
That's
do
what you-
think you should
Yeah.
roleplay Dom very poorly, trying to convince everyone that they're not going.
I was
to kill.
just gonna say that. I'm also gonna take my my thing.
And I'm not gonna kill you. Like it's not gonna happen. Like believe me, I don't plan on it. It's just
That's the being
Liz's
truthful.
expression clearly says she's like not sure she fully trusts Dom on that, but she's like, okay, that's good enough for now.
For sure, Z's not gonna do
Also-
it.
I mean,
As-
Liz
as
works
la-
with her mom.
Miss
as
Sus.
Lanthus says in chat, both smiling at each other while drawing daggers behind their back.
One last question for
Jet,
you,
take a
Liz.
fate
More of
point.
a request. More of a
Uh,
request. If
My first
any
one.
of those answers change, I will request a written document saying which of those answers have changed. Preferably why as well, but mostly just if they've changed.
Renegar looks over at Eros and goes,
This is the second person you've asked a written document from. What do you do in the Feywilds?
I
The
am
Feywild is known
starting
for
to
its
be-
bureaucracy.
What is
We're
this
around
sudden
people all the
bureaucracy
time.
you're all about?
Bastion's gonna start writing up an agreement of no murderous intent for
Eros?
both Dom and Liz.
What is happening to this party?
Errol's just gonna try to turn Ranagard to face him, and then just
It's
slowly.
posterity.
What? Because you're smart now? You're a bureaucrat? That's what an absurd leap in logic.
Dollar before this.
This is where we find out that this entire time, the joking, playful
front of
Eros
here.
was actually like the city's, or like the village's
Like
like
a
city's
high-level
He's
High-level
comptroller
Yeah.
of the
It's like-
Feywilds?
yeah. Oh, they work
love
for
it.
like the municipality.
Work
They're like
for the municipality.
They work for their municipal
They were-
government.
They're on the zoning
government.
board of the Feywild.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's a commercial district. You're gonna have to move your magical unicorns.
Right,
Looks between
listen.
all the party members, and she looks at Decima, and she goes, I work very closely with Dom's mother. I'm not going to kill Dom. Not going to hurt any of you. I'm here to help you.
I will point out you did just say not hurt any of us, not kill any of us, but that's you
I feel
agree
like
to
that was
right?
Generally,
already
you have to
established.
hurt
No, that's
someone
fair.
to
I feel
kill
like that
them,
was. I feel
right?
like that was implied.
Dying usually
did.
hurts from.
Well, I mean, you could hold a pillow over one of our
Depends.
faces. It probably wouldn't hurt so much as just, kill us.
Liz looks
my,
at
my lungs
Rengar
burn
like,
when I'm suffocating.
I was
that.
going to say, like,
That's
suffocating
fair. That's
seems like
fair.
it
I
would
guess
be
that would
painful.
hurt.
Poisons don't
There
hurt.
are some painless ways to die. Just
Thank you, Dom.
I've got some poison. No,
there like
Alright.
clearly flashes across Liz's face like never take anything that Dom gives you.
Dom, hand me the
Although-
shovel so you
although-
don't dig any deeper.
Liz is just gonna sit there and look at Dustin and be like, I do work very closely with your mother.
Yes, and Dom, I'm quite fond of this one.
okay,
Renegar
Mom.
goes, I just would like to point out that my mother is insane, so not a comfort for me. I don't know if you've heard of Tiamat.
Your mother is Tiamat.
Sure is. The one and only. A lovely woman.
Thanks, you're amazing.
All 5 of them.
And I don't
Oh
know
no,
if
I
you
stopped
know.
being a
Fair
puppet a
enough.
while ago.
Oh.
Thanks.
The hand's still been moving.
And still
You
moving.
just-
Did you turn back while Eros was still wearing you? Or
yes,
Yep.
however, I don't want it to go where you're trying to take it.
no.
I think you're just
No,
holding
no.
Ranagar up now.
Cool, because I felt like the other thing was definitely red on that list.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and avoid that. He's just sitting on your palm now.
I think it would be best if I head out. I need to get back to Castle Vansardovich, I guess, before the night is over. So, and figure out if I can get you any more information on what the fuck they are doing.
Decima,
Aye.
really quickly before you go, can you, Dom, and I have a very short conversation that we can
Yes.
discuss later?
I suppose.
Perhaps
Perhaps if that's the case, I will take your offer for wine, and perhaps I can head home. I
Is
can
that
get there in the
cool?
morning.
By the way, I feel like I don't want to overstep
I
boundaries.
feel like I can invite myself at this point. I mean, Dom's here. I don't know. Maybe I'm overstepping.
No, you're welcome here anytime. Help
I-
yourself.
I'm not sure I've really gotten past the whole Dom being an adult thing. I still see them as, however old they were, 15, 16? This is
16.
They remember immaculately. I do not. I do not have parent brain.
So I'm gonna fill them both in on everything that I've investigated as far as.
Are you going to do that with the party, or is this going to be something where you're going to take them off separately?
There's an office upstairs.
Yeah. Well, you are upstairs, but there's an office.
I mean, I feel like it's not information worth hiding.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Bastion's not exactly the type to keep secrets. So yeah, he will fill everybody in on the facts. He'll fill in Dom as well on the fact that Dom's parents were assassinated the night before a family dinner with another noble family. Killer came through the window, no witnesses. It was not related to elven politics. It was something else entirely. That their house was disavowed very shortly afterwards. All of the estates, their titles, everything was liquidated to a family named House how do you pronounce that? Vomarox?
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Write it out.
that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, their assets and stuff were liquidated to do a bunch of things, but this
Right.
one house that doesn't exist was paid one specific artifact.
Yeah,
That they'd
that
recovered
is
in a salvage
currently-
operation.
That is currently unknown.
Yeah.
As to what that artifact was. That's
Bastion, make me an
unfortunately
intelligence
everything
check.
I have. Yep. I'll use this one.
Dom is
That's
like
actually pretty
quickly
good.
writing everything down in his book.
That is a 17.
Consider an anagram. Is that where you change the letters? You change it's the same word. Use the same letters to spell a word, but it's a different word. Do you unjamble
Yep.
it? I don't know if you enjoy those. If not, you can just intelligence check to unscramble it.
I do. I just don't want to take up.
No, that's
too
fine. We
much
don't have to do them right
time.
now. It's just a thought to consider.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I will work on that.
Huh.
So yeah, Bastion will be
Do
like,
I feel
"Kind-
better or worse that I wasn't killed over relevant politics?
I suppose that's entirely up to you.
I
And
appreciate knowing.
to be clear, the entire party now has that knowledge.
Yeah.
Has all of that.
What was the house called again?
Vomurox. Veaumurox.
Did you come to a realization?
Is
Jen?
it more
No,
Morvo?
I realized really soon
Yeah.
that it was Morvo,
Yeah,
but
that's exactly what it is.
Oh. Yep. I'm dumb.
there's no other house that have
goes,
an M.
Bastion's
so an
intelligent.
anagram
I
for
am not.
Mavo? It sounds like an anagram for Mavo.
Yeah.
Chet, you can just look over at Dom's notes. And you can see Dom actually wrote the house wrong as Morveau, like just instinctively writing it out when they went to write out the other one.
But you got killed by a made-up vampire house from a non-existent Strahd. That doesn't make sense. Oh boy.
Because they don't exist in the...
No, they do not.
No, they don't.
For a
So-
single artifact.
Well, that's
I don't
troubling.
even know what artifact
So
it
they're-
would be.
Their influence extends outside of this. The shadowed Barovia. That's not good.
That should.
So, to be fair, there was a reason that I was investigating things in Praetor that had some connection to here. So now that I have that information, things are starting to piece together a little bit more.
Liz was saying something.
Sorry.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
you're
I think
good.
she was just kind of talking to herself about like that doesn't make sense. That's not good. Like trying to put the pieces together.
Lovely. Good to know. Just a lot of good news today. I feel like we're on a roll. Just like one positive
it gets
thing
better.
after another. Good. Oh, of course. Go on.
Or it gets worse, I suppose.
Oh,
I picked that up. I didn't believe you when you said it would get better.
I was just gonna look over to Bastion with a look of just,
Well,
please talk now.
we'll talk
Before
about
you say that,
later.
Bastion, Decima is going to like sit down in the chair and like absolutely no poise, no grace, just sink, and then just be like, "Would you mind if I helped myself and maybe everyone else?" And they like have already mage-handed and then start like telekinesising over wine bottles, and they go to open one, like use magic to open one, and then they stop and they just pull out more and they just put a wine bottle in front of everybody. There is plenty. I hope you don't mind.
Appreciate it. Much needed.
Except Dom. They don't put one in front of Dom.
Dom will just get up and grab one himself.
It's like, fine.
Alright. Bad news. Might as well get that all out of the way now, I suppose.
Bastion's gonna look towards Eros and just be like, I mean, you don't have to participate in it. I kind of have all of the information that I can share. I did a full investigation. Right. So, all of the bodies in the courtyard were also killed in the same manner as the entirety of Eros's party, except for one who did survive. One of your party is still alive, Eros. Specifically, Vict survived. I spoke
Knew
with him.
about my party?
It was one of the things that Voz had me investigate that was tied to Barovia, and considering that you were on that list, I sort of had a realization as we were leaving.
Right, and you never thought to bring that up.
It's been a day and a half.
It's been a day and a half. A day and a half where we've had plenty of time to talk. A day and a half where you've been able to tell Dom about, not everything, but
And
you've been
as
able
I
to
was-
mention
Enough
knowledge.
for y'all to lock lips too. Ooh.
as I was looking through my notes, I did a bit of a double take when I saw your name, and now that I've met you and I've known you for a little bit, a lot of things started coming together. I'm sorry.
This is awkward.
So they're all dead, except one. That's also new information.
Vict did survive. He had mentioned that there was some sort of bandit attack. It was coordinated. It wasn't random. There was... Again, I looked at the graves, and...
No, they're graves.
There were. Someone had buried them, theoretically Vict. Sorry to say, I did take a look at the bodies, and I left the graves as I had found them. All of them had similar wounds.
Liz looks very interested in this conversation, which, I mean, she's interested in everything you guys are doing, but...
Are you hiding, like, your reaction?
I don't know if she's totally hiding it. There's not really a reason to, because there would be a million reasons why she finds that interesting.
Fair enough.
Sorry, everyone. Sometimes I don't put the pieces together right away.
Hydrate.
It's a party full of secrets. That's what we are.
Well, I tried my best not to keep any. I feel like knowledge should be shared. Knowledge... Everybody should have it. And he's just sort of not really making eye contact with Eros, but is sort of just glancing over in his direction.
Eros isn't looking anywhere near Bastion.
Mm-hmm. Figured as much.
Good, good. Everybody's
So-
is a little bit mad at everybody else. That's
Good news, bad news.
We'd hate to have a party with no internal conflict now, would we?
Arrow's just gonna look over to Dom and Liz and just anything. Anything. Anything else I should know? Maybe. Insight check, Liz.
Let's roll deception.
Goodness. Okay. Yeah, that's a 26 deception.
Cool, that's a 14. Eros is too fucking mad. Eros is tired. Eros is angry. Eros isn't really finding any, like, little get-offs.
I mean, I'm here to share information with you and to advise you, so I mean, there's a lot of things that I know that I could share, but I don't think I can do that all right now.
Decima has given up on the glass and is actually just drinking out of the bottle. Like, just slumped in the chair. Their dress is, like, despite being dry, is kind of ruined from the water, and they're just, like, done.
Bastion's gonna do the same.
Anything I should know?
As will Dom.
And
No.
not anything else that I've got. And Bastion will just slide the notes over, like, the notebook over to Eros with just all of the information
Eros
that he
will
collected over the investigation.
Eros will take the notebook but hold, like, a hand up to Bastion. It wasn't you, I was it.
Fair enough. I don't have any information on any of the rest of you, by the way.
Oh, good.
Ranagar, I got nothing.
That would be very odd if you had information on me, but that's still good to know.
Bastion just kind of stares at Liz for a moment.
Can
Right.
Eros look at Liz and roll an insight check to see if Liz is a changeling?
Sure.
Sorry, Blondie. All the insight checks.
No, it's fitting. It's fun.
You joined just after through
All
a
of
ton
them.
of just a ton of stuff at the party, and now it's like,
Like,
Liz,
Everything.
right,
what are you
we got
hiding?
trust anyone.
Ah, yes,
Oh,
a
she's
12.
not hiding anything.
Liz, are you hiding that you're a changeling?
No.
As far as you can tell, not a changeling.
All right. I don't know if that helps or not.
Love this.
Glad I am.
This is so much fun. Okay.
As the
Oh.
Dump.
Is it a different day than just from my own brand? Is it a different day than when we went into the crypt?
Nope, you went out of the crypt
Crypt?
3 hours ago.
Okay. Damn. Okay.
That's quite the 3 hours.
It almost feels like it
Crazy
was
things happen.
how many
Castaways.
sessions?
We are
It feels like it
castaways.
was 3 weeks.
Is there anything else
are
anyone
cast-
wants to say in this conversation, or is the party going to kind of sit there awkwardly for a bit?
God,
We can
nothing else.
time jump.
The wine, that's an important part of this whole conversation, I think.
Just drinking. Just chugging.
I think everybody's just in a weird mood.
Yeah.
We will leave the party
Been a while.
and kind of let them sit there and stew in all of this information. Eros?
One thing I do want to point out is that Eros will be very pointedly sitting very close to Dom. Not touching Dom, but like sitting next to Dom and like not looking at anyone else. Just Dom.
And as we leave the party, sitting there drinking, stewing in the new information and the uncomfiness, we will take our break. So we'll be back 15 or so minutes. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back with more Houses of Barovia.
Very short.
Brought to
Finally,
you by Raisinets.
I finally understand what Matt Mercer goes through every time stream begins and every time they come back from break.
And
The-
Dr. Pepper.
The saving grace for me is that all of you can see it too. For
Mhm.
those who haven't seen Critical Role, when they come back, it's just Matt's face. You can't see the cast. So the cast, fuck with him the entire time.
It's great.
I hope everyone had an opportunity to go bother Byrus and get themselves some drinks and some food and
Mhm.
relieve themselves as we dive back in to Houses of Barovia after a after a lot. It was a lot. You thought last session was a lot. Don't worry. Don't worry. It gets better.
Oh, cool. It gets worse.
That said, we'd left the party in this awkward kind of drinking quietly moment. And I suppose we'll pick it up after our time jump. Is there anything people want to do tonight? Any conversations anyone want to have with others? Or shall we transition to the next day?
I want to fucking sleep.
Yes. Do we get a long rest? I think is
If no one approaches Ranagar does not have the energy to start conversations with anyone.
Yeah, I think that Bastion will pick up on that.
Oh,
too.
we have a hydrant already. Will Decima leave right away? Like, or is she gonna like try and spend the night?
She's going to spend the night. She's decided that that's probably a good plan. Is there anything you wanted to do, Dom?
Oh, just before she leaves, Dom wanted to give her a big hug and tell her to take
Okay.
care of herself.
Well, we can do that. If no one has any business in the night, we can pick up tomorrow with Decima leaving early in the morning, so everyone can take a long rest. And
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm
it's,
looking for which
Eating,
tab. Long
eating
rest.
and everything, so I can recover a level of exhaustion.
yep, yeah, you do all the things to recover level of exhaustion.
Cool. I only have the one.
So Dom, it is early. Everyone else is likely still sleeping after the whirlwind day. But I'll let them make that decision as we go. And Decima and you basically just wrapped up a very brief catch-up Decima just explained what they've been doing, which is nothing interesting. They basically were at Castle von Karstein, having being given the runaround by the von Karsteins, and then found out all this combat had happened. And then, just as she's kind of wrapping up this explanation, and she just kind of stops and then looks at you. She's like, "Take care of your friends. I think they're going to need it. They've got a lot going on, if you hadn't noticed."
Yeah. Yeah. It's been fun. So,
How are you holding up?
I'm all right, I think. Compared to the others, I haven't had it that bad.
You've had a lot of ghosts from your past catch up to you too.
That's true. Yeah.
You seem different than the last time I saw you. More sure of yourself.
Yeah. I wasn't sure about this group and these people for a while. And I, kind of admitted to myself and to them that I actually care about them and I can allow myself to be friends with them and to be with them. And it's something.
Good. They've changed you in a good way. I look forward to seeing you return the favor. And she leans down and she'll peck you on the forehead and then very aggressively pinch your cheek. And then
Yeah.
turn around, leap into the air, turn into a bat, and fly off. Hug you first. Sorry, almost forgot that. Give you a big hug, and then.
I think it's funnier if they hug him as
Or-
a bat.
Or
Yes,
disappears.
yes, they'll
Um,
hug you as a bat.
Sure. Take care of yourself too.
Just kind of like turns back, squeak, squeak, and then flaps off. Dom, you re-enter the winery, and very quietly slip back upstairs as the villagers are all asleep. And at this point, I think Liss. I think that Dom, as you head upstairs, Liss is coming down the stairs.
That would make sense since her day was slightly less eventful.
Mm-hmm.
And
she'd be used to be up and getting up this early.
Yeah.
Morning.
I think she's kind of looking down at things and like about to head down the stairs and looks up and goes, "Oh, good morning, Dom. Did you say goodbye to your mother?"
Morning. Yeah, she just left.
She kind of just watches Dom for a minute. Have you been in Shadow Barovia long?
A few weeks now. Yeah, it's
Interesting. How did you
Yeah.
get here?
Was approached by somebody who told me they had information on my parents' death, and then they gave me a vial. I drank it, and I'm here. I died.
Ah. Interesting.
Yep.
So you got poisoned.
Yeah. A few of us were.
Oh, a few of you were.
Yeah. Mercaris was also poisoned. I think Karis died in a battle. Arrow strength poison too, I think. I think death is really the thing that brings us all here.
Yeah. Did the same person poison all of you?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain. Yeah.
Interesting. It's a very interesting way for an assassin to go.
This is the most passive aggressive conversation.
Oh, I love it. The tension is palpable.
Oh, interesting. You were poisoned. Kind of like how you murdered me.
Am I reading it right that Liz was poisoned? Is that the implication that I'm getting here? Is anyone else getting that vibe?
That's what I was getting.
I feel like we
But,
should
yeah.
make that canon.
I'm not sure if it's been discussed, but I feel like that's two of
Personally,
that.
I was thinking it was a little
interesting
more,
way.
dramatic, but this kind of.
Hey, poisoning can
Kind
be
of thing.
very dramatic.
That's true.
Poisoning does not have to be quiet and
That's true.
peaceful.
It could also be a poison dagger or something. I think
Really
that's
likes
what it was, like a
poison-tipped
poison dagger,
arrows.
and that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you
Fun
arrived
way to
here.
go, right?
Yeah, I would put it in the top 10, maybe.
Insight check that.
Yeah.
That's a 5.
I love it. You guys are rolling on the insight. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing unusual about saying that that's a top 10. There's a lot of yeah. I mean, there's nothing odd about that statement.
Dom, Jet, how does Dom interpret that with their 5 insight? What is their thought process that they rationalize that not being a strange thing to say?
You know, they've probably killed people too. Right? I think? Yeah, definitely. That's what they're implying.
There's still the doubt there.
So, where is your group off to next?
That's a good question. I was definitely paying attention for that conversation. I feel like we're probably gonna chat about it later when they come down for breakfast.
Fair enough. Well, if you don't need anything, have any other questions, I'm gonna head down and do a little training before everyone else wakes up.
Have fun.
You too. She's gonna kind of nod and then walk back past Tom and go down the stairs. Head out to wherever around here, she could do a little
Lots of
warm.
open
Houses of Barovia. Is it a teen drama? You decide. Oh, so you have feelings for Brayden? I'll be downstairs training.
I love the flex with that after they're like, yeah, this time I might kill you.
Perfect. That was everything I wanted. Okay. Yeah, so she's gonna find a place to go down and warm up and start training, or do some drills or whatever with those swords that she conveniently has with her all the time.
Okay.
Wow.
Now,
We're just really getting into character here.
Got it.
okay. The drama. Okay.
So Liz is training outside. Ranagar, would you agree that you're probably still passed the fuck out?
I actually think Ranagar would wake up like uncomfortably early and be so mad about it. Like, he's like, I'm gonna sleep for 2 days, and then wakes up and is like, oh, fuck you, and it's just bolt awake, and it's just walking. Like, I don't know how a dragon kobold would have bags under their eyes, but he does. And he's just like galumphing his way through the halls of the winery, just being like, coffee. Somebody has have to invented coffee.
Yes.
Coffee. Old man mumbling to himself as he limps his way to the kitchen.
Bastion. I feel like no one had a good night's sleep, really. Everyone got just enough for
No.
a long rest, for a technical long rest.
Bastion's probably in the kitchen making coffee.
Yeah, I feel like Bastion might have passed out in a chair.
Yeah, probably.
And is now nursing a
Like-
wicked hangover.
Everything is just incredibly stiff. Head hurts. Just emotionally drained from everything. And it's just like, I just don't give a fuck right now.
I have the image in my head of Ranagar going up to the kitchen door, which is like slightly ajar, and not having the energy to lift his arms, just like puts his head on it and pushes it open with his head, just like.
So,
That's exactly what he does.
So
you
the door.
slept great too,
so
I take it.
I'd like to think that Ranagar's not even strong enough to open the door in his tired state. So, actually, let me roll you a... Actually, apparently he is. So I get the
Disadvantage
door
still?
open. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'd like to say it's very slow.
He very
Because
much
you're-
wants.
And that's the noise he's making. And then the door... So yeah, and Ranagar just shouts at Bastion, "Coffee!"
Already in the process. I'm glad I made the full pot. I think we're both going to need multiple cups. Oh, God.
Ranagar,
Oh.
I'd like to spend a fate point to tell Bastion what he's going to do with his character. All right, so as Ranagar is moving into the room, he just collapses, and I'd like for Bastion to catch him gently with Mage Hand and just move him over to the table.
I feel like Bastion's got like Mage Hand also making like the greasiest breakfast that he can possibly make. Just like any like shit
Ooh.
tons of toast, like eggs, bacon, sausage, like the full Denny's, like the
Grand Slam.
ridiculous
You're making
combo,
us
the
all
Grand
grand.
Slam, yeah,
Don't make us
full
into-
Denny's Grand Slam. So much salt.
So much salt, complete with the grease.
Yep.
So the kitchen smells delicious, and it is also full of sizzling and popping and a lot of grease. A lot of grease.
Mhm.
Bastion went down into the cellar and found like a barrel of larder. Larder?
Yeah.
Is that the right word? Yeah,
Lard.
of lard, and is just hauled it upstairs. It's like, I'm gonna need most of this.
Oh, it's just, and then he's like saving the bacon grease till is like toasting the bread, but in the bacon grease. Oh yeah. So, I hate to ask, but how are you feeling?
Bad. In general, I'd go with bad.
Yeah, me too.
I can't see out of my left eye. I feel like I'm gonna need my left eye.
Okay, well
Hits himself in the head.
I could see out of it before the mind meld.
right. Is that actually a thing, or is that just?
I think he's just temporarily blind. Why not?
Oh God.
Oh wait, which of your eyes can you not see out of?
The right one.
I'm gonna, in retrospect, it's his right eye he can't see out of.
Oh,
It's the darndest thing. Ever since the mind meld, I just can't see out of my right eye.
that might be on me.
I looks over.
Oh right.
Yeah. That favor I called in from Voz.
Oh yeah, what was that about?
Well, and he'll point to the right eye, which is ever like very softly glowing turquoise. This isn't mine. This belongs to Vaz. I am.
You stole
literally-
Vaz's eye.
No, it was a bit of a deal for a unspecified favor in the future, which has now been paid in full. I am literally their watcher in the world. I think it's why I was sent here. They can see everything that I see. For the most part.
Ranagar, fascinated by this, gets enough energy to scramble over and climb up onto Bastion's shoulder and just gets real close. Like uncomfortably close.
Oh god.
And he's just got his little hands on your face and he's just like pulling your eye open and he's just like staring into it. It's like, really? A
Ow.
god eye? Can you see me, boss? Are you in there?
Ow.
Ow. Bastion, you're moving. I'm trying to speak to Voss.
Everything hurts. Does Vaz respond?
No. As far as you're aware, Vaz hasn't responded since you got here, except the one time when you cast Wish. Because there's a reason Vaz needed you here.
Wasn't he talking in his head the first day?
That does, I think, happen occasionally.
Very
Just
briefly.
like a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever
when
Andrew
when
needs
you
to
wished,
portray knowledge.
well, yeah, but when you
Like,
wished
thanks,
for
Vaz.
Vaz, you got you understood that like it takes a lot of power for Vaz to penetrate whatever is holding Shadow Barovia. Like it's not something they just do like at the snap of their fingers. It takes effort on their part, even as a god, to like send messages. And they'd already opened a little hole to send Bastion through, so they were kind of communicating through that. And then he used Wish,
I
which
see.
helped them.
So Ranagar, having thought of this now, is like,
Well, he's probably tired too.
and Ranagar stops pulling your eye open.
I like to think that whenever I get hungover, Vaz gets hungover, because it makes me feel better. Knowing that whatever I do to myself, there's a bit of it that passes through our communicative link. And it just gives me great joy to think that I am somehow giving a god a hangover.
Should I poke you in the eye then? Give
That's not what I was
give all
implying.
balls a poke
No.
right in the eye.
But
Ranagar
Ranagar
goes,
just chasing
Right,
Bastion
claws.
around
Never
the
mind. I'll
table.
punch you. Let me punch you in the eye, Bastion.
No. That's not how this works. That's not
No,
how
it's
any of
fine.
this
I'll
works.
put the claws away.
That makes it slightly better.
Yeah, you probably won't lose it. It'll just hurt a lot.
Oh,
It'll make me
everything
feel
already
better.
hurts. Oh, fuck it, I can heal that shit.
Oh,
It's worth a try.
all right.
Ranagar just punches you in the eye.
Take that, Oz.
So
Oh, the
around
scales!
around the eye hurts, but the eyeball itself
Yeah.
doesn't hurt. Your other eye hurts and like
Oh,
goes
that's
watery.
bullshit. Oh, fuck, that's bullshit. Oh, now I really hope they have a hangover. Fuck you.
Well,
You see Bastion, like, you punch one eye and Bastion grabs the other in pain.
what we've done today is science.
It's knowledge.
I feel like
About
I had a
knowledge.
hypothesis, and I followed through my conclusions. And what
Yeah.
I've discovered is I shouldn't punch you in the eye.
I feel like that's a conclusion we could have come to on our own, but you know
Well,
what?
we didn't, did we?
Part of me is glad we tested it out. Bastion's just got a black eye, but his eye is like perfectly fine. The other one is bloodshot.
Eros, you walk in just as Ranagar punches, smelling coffee and desperately needing it. Walk in as Ranagar punches Bastion in the eye, and you watch this whole exchange as one eye is now puffy. Well, one, like, the eye socket around it is now puffy, and the other eye is, like, bloodshot and watery as Bastion's, like, desperately trying to figure out what to hold on to that hurts.
Oh, look at you two. Eros is fucking tired as shit,
Mm-hmm.
but is out of sheer spite acting chipper. She's like, "Oh, you guys look terrible. I'm gonna make you feel worse." Mainly towards Bastion.
Party.
Oh, it's very loud. Everything's
Um,
very loud. We are conducting science. That's
Alright.
very irate
I'm-
about it.
I'm gonna use a fate point to say that after getting punched in the face with your already existing hangover, your brain is like you just have a splitting headache, like
Yeah.
a migraine headache.
That is.
You've lost
that
a
is
little
in-
bit of sight in your eye, like it is miserable. Have fun with that.
Say for
Is
now,
Mage Hand still making food?
Mage Hand is indeed still making food.
He's able to multitask now. Oh, look at that. And enough housing. You two are having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what this morning was missing. Passive aggression. I was like, what are we missing here? But here it is. No Grand Slam is complete without passive aggression.
Good morning.
Good morning, Eros.
Arrows very genuinely to Radagar. Good morning. Why did you want this early?
Because God is cruel.
Yeah.
Amen.
Lovely breakfast you have going.
Some for everybody. There's like 13 different pans going, like full back like kitchen of a restaurant. Like everything's just firing at once, and like the mage hands are moving around.
Continental breakfast at a hotel.
Exactly.
Everything.
Eros just wanting to be a petty little shit. Is gonna look at all the pans. Well, I'm not needed to make breakfast anymore. Look at you go.
No, definitely.
Do.
This
And
is not an all the
multitasking.
time. Fuck. It's not an all the time thing. Oh God!
Oh,
Why am I better at
right.
multitasking when I'm hungover?
Right.
I'm gonna
so
blame
you
Paul.
have-
Bastion tugs on your ear, and a Bastion. Ranagar tugs on Bastion's ear and goes,
You're not gonna win this.
I'm aware.
So just shh.
just presses a claw to your lips.
Let them be mad at you.
Hmm.
Because frankly, I'm too tired.
Bastion just nods his head and is like, yeah, that's fair.
Eros, I believe you were being passive aggressive towards Bastion. Anyway,
And Ranagar hops down and goes over and just takes coffee.
I like the idea that the coffee cup is that size compared to Ranagar's face.
Happening.
Radagar, as
This
you,
was all for humans. They didn't have anything for halflings or kobolds or anything.
Radagar, you drown yourself in coffee. If there's anything you need, you just let me know. Bastion, good luck. And Eros will take toast from somewhere. Look at Bastion. Up and down. Walk away to find Dom.
Everything
timing.
is blurry.
Dom, having
It's
just
like,
passed
mhm.
Liz on the stairs, run into run into Eros in the hallway, towards where the bedrooms are, towards the dining area.
Hi.
Lovely to see you. Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. It's lovely to see you this morning.
Yeah.
Breakfast is being made by Bastion and a lot of hands in the kitchen if you'd like some greasy food. Which I don't know. Well, did you get to say goodbye to your mother?
Yeah, I got to have a nice conversation with her this morning before she flew off.
Bat.
Yeah, bat.
Oh, I retained that information. Interesting. Did you mind if we talk for a moment? Somewhere not here,
Sure.
I think. And Eros will lead Dom. probably over to the well.
Very well.
Ah,
Ugh.
very well.
Oh, I hate it here.
Ooh.
Your
I mean,
boos
it's
mean
better
nothing.
than
I've seen it makes you
already.
cheer.
My self-esteem improves with every one of your comments.
See, you are the better Pat.
No.
Especially in Eros's mind.
Oh, cool. It gets worse.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
Eros
goodness.
and Dom make your way down the stairs, past the townsfolk who are all starting to get up, and you can see they're trying to figure out what to do with themselves. A few have actually.
Breakfast.
Yep. They hear that,
There's plenty.
and then the townsfolk is kind of like, "Oh, well, thank you," and start filing upstairs towards the kitchen, which we'll get back to. Meanwhile, you guys head outside to the well. I guess Liz is probably in the distance, like not far away from you, but out of earshot range. Training.
Eros will sit on the edge and like pat for Dom to sit with them.
Dom will.
I realize we haven't really talked much the past little while, given everything that's going on.
Yeah.
You have been remarkably well adjusted to everything as this time has gone on. How are you feeling?
I'm alright, I think. I feel like I feel like everybody else has had it a lot worse since coming to Barovia.
And worse is a very relative term. I mean, Eros will slowly point over to where Liz is. It's not like you've gotten out of this scot-free.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about here, but the dead just won't stay dead.
You're telling me. But on a lighter note, since that's what we need, I don't actually know that much about you. Now that I have more of me back, well, that's a weird thing to think about. I wanted to ask you some questions. It's something I used to do all the time to get to know my friends. Especially when my memory was much worse. It was hard for me to remember specific things about those I traveled with. So I tended to write them down. And, I was wondering if you would be willing to answer some questions for my own sake.
Sure. Oh, dog. This is a treat every time they walk by.
Oh, God.
They are a Alright, well, Eros will pull out a little notebook. Just a few basic questions. I'm not going to bore you with the whole thing. And Eros is going to go through this list of questions. I don't think we need to roleplay out this full list, unless you'd like to. But Eros will go down the list, ask Tom's favorite food, favorite color, weather, favorite flower, like that sort of thing. And by the end of it, Eros is gonna look in the notebook with what they have and back to them. I always find that people have lots more depth when I know specific little things about them. And you are no different. Would you care to one day learn how to play some of my instruments?
Yeah, sure. It sounds fun. I just have never had the time.
Well, we'll find the time. Traveling or whenever. Another question. Are you two gonna, pointing over towards Liz, is there gonna be a problem?
I mean, I don't plan on killing her.
You can have issues that don't involve killing someone.
Let's
I
make a
think.
perception check. Carry on. Keep your conversation going.
Yeah, so specifically, I guess, what I want to know, are you going to be able to trust her eventually? Do you think that's a possibility?
Don't know. I don't know. I know that my mom trusts her, and that is something, like, it definitely helps, but knowing what I did to her, I don't necessarily know.
In battle, as we stand now, would you trust her to pull her weight for us? For you?
I think so.
Good. If she does anything, you got me on your side. Don't forget that.
Liz, what'd you get on the perception check?
Okay.
You're muted.
We can
You're
hear you.
muted.
That's a solid 10.
I'm gonna spend a fate point.
Oh.
Great.
So at the part of the conversation,
this is good.
at the part of the conversation when they pointed at you, you caught a glimpse of that, and since while you're training, have been sort of moving around in a way that you can continue to see them and get the sense that they're talking about you.
Oh no.
I think she's gonna run through a few more like quick drills, stuff that shows like she knows what she's about with her two swords and stuff. And then she's gonna put them away, and she's gonna give them a minute. She's not gonna be rude and like rush in, but she is gonna walk over that way.
I think we're about to have company.
Sounds like it.
If you want to dip and go get breakfast, I wouldn't blame you. But I'll be here. She won't bite. I don't think. I don't actually know the answer to that question.
I'll stick around for now.
Good to have you. And Eros will wave to Liz as she comes over.
She's gonna wave back. She's just sheathed the two blades, and she's gonna walk up. And it's really overcast, right?
Always. Barovia is constantly
Always.
covered
That's
in
what I thought.
mists, so that's why the vampires can be outside in the day.
She's gonna glance up for a second and then look at the two and say, I suppose it's a decently nice morning. How did you rest, Eros?
Hey! Probably slept better than some here, but that's not saying much. How about you?
Oh, I slept just fine, but I think my yesterday was slightly less eventful than yours.
I don't know how your yesterday went. I don't know many things about you. Okay,
Well, that's why we're here, right? We can get to know each other.
I suppose we can.
Did you have
Coming,
anything
are you?
in particular you want to know? Sorry, what was that?
No, I was just gonna straight up ask, how forthcoming are you?
How forthcoming? As I go
Mhm.
deaf. Well, that depends. But generally fairly forthcoming. I came over here when I saw you guys pointing my direction, so
Alright. Let's see how long this energy stays.
how forthcoming
You're-
are you?
Well, that definitely depends on who's asking and how much I trust them. Especially given shoots a glance towards where the kitchens would be. Certain events. But for you, I tell you just about anything you need to know.
Well, that feeling is mutual. That's why I'm here, right? To tell you what you need to know.
Perfect. So, cutting, I suppose, to the chase. You're good with weapons. You are here. You don't glitch. You're involved with Lady Decima. And you seem to be very astute.
Well, one has to be if they're dead in a place like this.
You'd be surprised how far you can get to being an absolute idiot.
That's fair.
But you're not human. I have my suspicions about Bastion, but recently he's proven himself more than human. Human to a fault.
Woo! Let's just gonna kind of glance back towards the kitchen and glance at Eros and remember the conversation the night before. I see. You and Bastion are friends? Not. I'm sorry. It's that's none of my business.
Bastion and I are friends, yes. Friends make mistakes. That happens a lot. So pass like everything else.
For what it's worth, I think you two are great as friends.
I suppose that's worth something. I'll count it in his favor. But, and a bit of deflecting, the question at hand. You're not human. What are you? Are there weaknesses I have to be worried about in battle?
Why do you think I'm not human? Do I not look human?
Eros is gonna sigh and look to
That's-
Dom and then look back at Liz and just, alright, let me give you the rundown real quick. Here we are in Shadow Barovia where nothing is really as it seems. We just got done fighting a demon lord who used to possess me. I just got all of my mental abilities back. It's been a little while. You're also now joining our group and you work with Lady Decima. Looks don't matter. If anyone comes up here that doesn't glitch and claims to be human or looks human, it's worthy of question. I questioned with Bastion. There are werewolves running around, were creatures, vampires who, I don't know, may have filed their fangs down in some capacity, people who could be possessed. There was an entire cult.
This is gonna kind of give Eros a calculating look, but not like an unkind look. Just like she's kind of like, okay, fair enough. There are not any unusual weaknesses that you have to worry about if you're talking about combat.
Mm-hmm. and that they'll accept. I don't need to know what exactly you are as long as I know I can keep you safe and you can keep us safe.
I can keep you safe.
Any regions you excel at or may lack in due to you?
Well, I'm good with a sword, obviously. I have a bit of magic at my disposal, although I prefer to use the blades. And I can get between places quickly in a pinch if I really need to. Short distance kind of thing.
Good to know. As I have just met you, I will not press you further. I have
Weirdly,
learned the
she
necessary information.
Weirdly, she doesn't really ask about either of your capabilities. It might just come across as like she kind of can tell what you guys can do or whatever. I mean, you know. She obviously has a lot of combat training and stuff.
On that note, we're going to pivot our attention back to the kitchen. Baxter,
Oh, I feel like I haven't spoken in ages.
how are you handling the 30-plus people suddenly storming into the kitchen for breakfast?
Do they tell him who they were sent by?
I will say.
Yes. They did very note pointedly say, the satyr said that there was breakfast.
Of course they did. There is definitely one point where when Liz was saying, like, I think you and Bastion are good as friends, Bastion's like, why do I suddenly get the feeling that I like Liz now? Like, huh.
So
Still
Bastion's
suspicious, but
panicking,
less so.
trying to cook. Ranagar,
Yeah.
what are you...
While
how are you handling
semi-blind.
Ranagar, finding this all terribly amusing, is goading Bastion on, being like, come on, line cook, we've got orders to fill! And he's found a chef hat from somewhere, and he's put that on, and his horns are sticking out in different places from it, and he's got plates of food on each hand, and he's just like walking down feeding all the villagers, and it's just a hot, chaotic mess. And he's goose stepping a little, like he's being absurd. He's just kicking his feet out as he goes, just like, the order's up, more toast, Bastion. Just having a whole grand old time.
All right, we've got a plate of eggs and some side sausages for table 3. We've got 2 orders of bacon for table 6.
Who numbered the tables, Bastion?
I'm trying to be efficient in some way.
Just handing it to random people, and he's just like, order up!
Is this fine? I'm just gonna start. Bastion's just like starting to make food as quickly as possible,
Make me a performance check with disadvantage.
Quick. Oh God, no! Yeah, because he's like
Actually,
half blind.
I'll make it wisdom. I think cooking would be wisdom based, right? I feel like baking's intelligence, cooking is wisdom.
Oh yes, wisdom rolls is something that Bastion is famously good
at. I know. I know what I did.
Disadvantage, right?
Yeah, because I'm mean.
That's fair. Wow, that's terrible. 7.
Bastion is, the food's fine. I mean, you know, they're hungry. They're not going to be too picky. Bastion is really struggling to keep up with the orders and like dropping things and like burning things, being like, shit.
Every time that Bastion drops something, Ranagar yells out, that's coming out of your paycheck!
Bastion's just like shaking his head, getting more and more frustrated.
At some point, Ranagar looks and sees Bastion and has a pang of like, maybe I should, and then immediately is like, no. And he summons Lancelot and Galahad, the bears, into the kitchen and is like, don't worry, Bastion, I've got help for you.
Why the bears?
And now there are just 2 bears
Why
doing their bare best to help you cook.
Ranagar has very specifically told the other Lancelot and Galahad to take a break and relax and just like take time to grieve. So they're just sitting quietly in a corner eating.
Don't worry, boys. I've
not
got
doing
this.
anything.
I'll bring in your more berry counterparts.
Oh, yeah, no, you've got this. I'm sure you're doing a great job.
Would you like me to get Leonardo da Vinci to help?
Bastion considers for a moment.
Would a giant scorpion be more useful to you? What about like 8 wolves?
The scorpion might actually work. I like Leonardo. I feel like he would be very efficient.
All right. So, Ranagar is like, you two take a break, and has the bears go sit down. Because I just don't want to unsummon them.
No, yeah, carry on.
I guess I stop concentrating on them, but they stay.
Yes.
It's like, oh, all right, that's fine. And I got to roll for my thingy because it was all out of charges. It's a 1d6 plus 4. That's a 1. That's 5 charges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 charges for Leonardo da Vinci. So, do I count the charges if we're not in combat?
Nah, don't worry about it here.
So Leonardo da
Second roleplay
Vinci
moment.
comes jumping off the end of my stick and summons to full large size in the kitchen.
I'm gonna spend a fate point to say that Leonardo, I'm like, all right, make sure you flip those pans, make sure you put them off the burners as soon as they're fully cooked, and we just don't want anything crisping too hard. Do your best.
Leonardo just sort of
And it's
pushes you out of
fine.
the way with a claw and sort of like finagles themselves. They're
Yeah.
actually under the counter so that they're like taking up as little room as possible, and they're using their claws to flip things, and then their tail is actually stirring batter for pancakes at the same time.
Just kidding.
That was a good choice. Fuck, we need you more often. And Bastion will like continue to have it. It's like getting less stressed, but is like now that he's not focused on the work, is starting to think of more things and is still as frustrated just with everything.
I have 2 fate points left. I'm gonna spend one. Leonardo da Vinci, for some reason, when you summon him this time, has a chef's hat on. So he pops in with his little chef's hat, but it's not huge. It's like tiny. It's too small for the giant scorpion.
It's
just like
it's
the size
regular
of the
scorpion
normal
size.
Yeah, it's a regular scorpion-sized chef hat. He came prepared.
Oh god.
I don't know if you know this, Leonardo da Vinci famously also a cook.
Good to know.
A horn blares from in front of the winery. And the window being open, and the rest of you being outside, you can hear the clanging of metal and the sound of heavy footfalls approaching the winery along the main road.
Good.
Leonardo, you good? You got this?
Ranagar is gonna just
Cool.
pop out the window.
See you outside, Bastion!
Right.
Fuck. The kitchen's on the
Untying his
second floor.
apron.
Okay.
All right, just checking. You don't care?
Acrobatics check, baby. I'm parkouring it. At
Dom will,
disadvantage.
Grab Eros' arm and like drag them
Right.
towards the entrance of the.
Eros will in turn grab Liz so that they're just this train.
This just kind of looks over it. Is that
Actually, as
Oh, no.
as Ranagar jumps out the window, he does shapeshift. But he does hit the ground. Like he meant to do it like he's gonna jump out and shapeshift midair, but instead he bounces off the ground once, and as he's like tumbling to the side, he shapeshifts into a dragon. So he like like this massive dragon does like a twist over itself and then gets up and looks around in like a very like nobody fucking saw that. And then he shakes himself off and flies over to where he wanted to be.
is this like, would this be in sight of like?
No,
Liz
this would be on the
there?
other side of the
Oh,
building.
okay.
You guys do hear
Darn
the.
it.
And then you can
And
hear
then,
the dragon storm.
Hearing
Liz,
that,
this
I'm
is-
gonna run faster.
Liz, this is the first time you'll see it, and for the rest of the party, the first time you've seen me this big. But Ranagar is now a huge dragon.
Oh, it got bigger.
Huh.
Phrasing.
That's interesting.
Ranagar.
He doesn't
Oh,
seem
I'm gonna
friendly.
pick. So I'm blue and green auto. I'm gonna pick red and gold. I think for my two others because I don't know what we're about to.
What?
I'll try to land near the party.
So as you all, Bastion, do you? Oh yeah, you already said you drop the apron and go running out. I love the image of Bastion like trying to get this apron off as they're running out. Approaching up the main road is a small contingent of soldiers. Their livery, oh gosh, and banners mark them as soldiers of House Morveau, all living humanoid soldiers, mostly humans. Each carry a halberd and a large, heavy shield. Every left step of the march is made with extra force, emphasizing the impact with a heavy thud and the clanging of metal. Leading the formation is a vampire in full plate and colors of Morveau. They carry no weapons as they lead the march. And they're about 100, 150 feet. They're not like attacking. They're just marching towards you.
I also look over to Bastion too. Well, breakfast's going well.
It's going great.
Good.
Leonardo da Vinci's cooking. It's actually
Ranagar is gonna kind of tilt his head over to Eros and be like, "Is now really the time?"
Liz is gonna
Yes.
glance between
Yes, it
Bastion
is.
and Eros with kind
Fine.
of a little smirk.
Ranagar kind of settles, like sits down, like on his tail, and just in like a sort of regal pose and like relaxes his wings, but stays a dragon and just looks towards the road.
Bastion, I believe, is still in just like his tunic and pants, and is like it's stained with grease. Like, except for the like, there's a very clear line of where the apron was, but
Don't you
everything.
look dapper?
Ranagar is just very, very goes. That's why I don't wear pants.
Good call.
I don't have a
I'm
fate
gonna
point
fight
for
that
this.
bottle right now.
I'm just gonna put this out there. Ranagar, you still have the tattered chef's hat on your head because it was stuck to your horns. You stuck
Yeah, so
it
it's
to the
just
horns.
I'd like to think it's just poking off of the blue horn in the front.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I love it. Okay.
Like halfway down and just canted to the side. I can see it.
It's like,
I'm
you
aware
still
of
got
it.
Never mind.
Soldiers come within 30 feet of you and stop. And then the vampire, like, barks orders. And they stay in their positions and then kind of approaches you.
Do I recognize
Liz
that
is
one?
seeming at attention, kind of like.
No. Liz, you recognize... Actually,
Bastion is also at attention.
you know what? Ranagar, yeah, you didn't talk to them, but you recognize them as being one of the knights that was being trained at Castle Volstov. Obviously not a member of House Volstov, obviously a member of House Morveau. And Liz, you also recognize them. You think you vaguely remember their name. They're not a major player. They're just one of the knights of House Morveau.
Okay.
So they're not...
She kind of nods in recognition to that one vampire.
Just kind of nods back. I come on behalf of House Morveau to offer our services in aiding you in defending the winery.
Oh, right. Of course you do. Hi there, Ranagar. And big now. Bigger.
I do see that, but their eyes are fixed on the chef's hat. Yes, you are
Don't.
quite large.
What are you doing looking at the chef's hat? You look at me. Chef's hat's not going to help you here.
I'm hearing the soundbite from
The
TikTok. I'm
chef's
like,
hat's
what are you
not
looking at him
gonna
for?
help
He
you.
can't help you. Look at me.
Can't help you. Look at me. My
That's another-
eyes are over here. And also over here. I know you pick one. Just pick one eye and look at that one. Don't try to look at both. They're far apart. I'm a dragon.
I can see
Like a
that,
good
Chris.
2 feet between these eyes.
Oh, so hold you.
Yeah, like a whole Ranagar. Like a Ranagar. We should start measuring things in me's.
So this is an
Forms.
out of character question.
I'm
How,
10 Ranagars high.
What was that, Bloody?
I'd like to be
Sorry.
10 Ranagars high.
out of character, who owns the winery again?
They do.
Sort of us.
That's what I thought. Okay. She's just
Yeah.
gonna glance
This-
between everyone.
This is very blatantly a power play.
Who Who are you here to defend this for? From?
You, of course.
I meant from.
From the other houses. Von Karstens have already tried to seize it. They're clearly not listening to Lord Strahd anymore. The House of Ulstav have become more aggressive as well. And in that, kind of trails off, and you get that sensation of like all of you, those of you with high enough wisdom, with a higher wisdom, get that sensation of like, because we've picked a fight with them, now they're being more aggressive.
Technically, not that we're going to refuse your very generous help in any regard. But wouldn't you being here put us and you more at risk?
That's a good point, Eros. Let's see how they respond.
Bold move, Connor.
Perhaps, but you are not always here, and you do not have any defenses. You do not have anyone who will defend this place from anyone who would come to take it while you're not present.
Well,
Perhaps
that's
it'd be
where you're
better to-
wrong, chum.
Liz is not looking real. Like, she's keeping fairly neutral, but she is obviously not pleased with this whole conversation and where it's going, and she's watching this person with obvious, like, distrust.
Ranagar is going to quietly cast Speak with Animals, which I imagine doesn't have that big of a
What are the components for it?
verbal VNS.
Verbal and somatic, so that requires hand motions and verbal. But I guess you don't need to do the somatic because you're in dragon form.
And I'm
yeah,
a
you don't-
warcaster.
Right.
So I just mutter under my breath whatever the talky animal now. And
Dom, you're gonna say something?
I have a question.
Okay.
So the thing that we just came out of, my
Monster.
brain just died. Yeah, that's House Morvo, right?
Correct. Same house.
And the people that were hiding inside, would these soldiers be aware of where they're from?
Oh.
Or do you want me to roll for it?
You don't know for sure, but there's a very real possibility that they might recognize townsfolk from the monastery, from Krezk, if they're from Krezk themselves. They only own 2 villages, or they only own places, Krezk and Vallaki, so it's a good thought that there's a good chance at least one of these soldiers here would recognize someone there. It's a town of 150 people, and 30 of them are here.
All right.
Well, they
We still have the mind link, don't we? Like we
I was
can
just going to bring that
communicate
up.
in our minds.
Ranagar is going to kind of give you all a little gentle poke in your brains. And then Liz, for the first time, Liz, you hear like a radio static, and then Ranagar in Kobold voice is like, hello, hi there, it's me, Ranagar, the dragon, hello. This is telepathy. It's a thing that I can do. So, welcome to the mind link, if you want.
I have an idea. So I'm gonna to the mind link. I'm gonna say, Eros, there's a possibility they might know these people. Can you come with me to get food so that we can get these people out of here?
Oh, before you even do that, we're not letting these soldiers stay.
No.
So,
I think it's
we're just gonna
probably
make them
still a
leave.
Good idea.
Watch this.
We need. Wait, Renegar.
Uh,
I trust you implicitly, but I would like to remind you, and you know, we need to remain on as good a side of House Morvo as possible.
oh no, I'm not gonna do anything
Actually, for
crazy.
now.
I was gonna save my fate point, but I'm gonna spend it. Who has a passive perception above 15?
I do.
I do.
Dom
19.
and Ranagar.
That
I
is
do.
not bad.
Both of you notice fluttering very lowly through the vineyards, just barely visible, is a little bat that's weaving its way through the vineyards, very trying not to be seen, towards the winery.
I don't like that.
Don't
I
like
think that
either.
plan is still pretty good.
There's a bat now.
The
Uh-huh.
mind link,
yeah.
this is gonna say, shall we politely excuse them?
Try.
I have an idea of
Definitely.
what to do
Yes.
with that. Do we want to try to stop that bat?
Yes, we do.
Ranagar, are you able to go after that bat?
Oh, I mean, I could, but that's going to be really obvious.
That is true.
I'm sorry, do you need more time to decide? We can wait a moment.
So the
Perhaps
Ranagar
wine?
to the vampire. It's like, so here's the deal. You seem to be at a misconceived preconception that we're not guarding this place. And then Ranagar, through his telepathy, and also having cast speak to animals, sends a quick message to his friends in the area, and then he goes and he just slams his tail down, and then all the birds in the forest just make an uproarious amount of noise.
I'm gonna need you to use a fate point if you have one, because telepathy is 60 feet, I believe.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I will do that.
Cool.
And then Ranagar goes, I'm not so stupid as to leave my home undefended. However, I do have a job for you. Up the road is the place where they tried to ambush us. So I think you should guard there. Oh wait, I'm a dragon now. I think you should guard there.
While this is happening, are you two gonna excuse yourself and try to sneak back and deal with?
The time where I made all the noise would have been the time
Yeah.
to go away.
Yeah, we
That's
will.
what I was
We will
assuming.
guard at
That's
that
why I was
point,
checking.
yes.
Yeah. So, I see.
Keeping an eye out for the bat.
Impressive enough. However, I'm not sure how birds are going to hold up against soldiers. Or,
Would you like a demonstration?
well, as he says that, you can hear flapping, and these big, they're gargoyles, but they're made of flesh, and they're like sewn together, just come flapping out of the mist. There's like 2 of them. And they just sort of, and then disappear back into the mists. I'm not sure how birds are going to hold up.
Lissa's gonna, at this point, she's gonna glance up, glance around, and see that the others have left, and she's gonna step forward. What's this person's name again? Does she know? She vaguely knows them.
Sir Tobias. Sure, Sir Tobias.
Okay. She's gonna step up, with that very, confident, like, I am used to being in charge kind of thing, and she's gonna, Sir Tobias, we will not require your services at this time.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage, because Ranagar did. I should point out, I didn't mention this. He did look a little shook when all of the birds, like, he was definitely putting on a face when he was like, I have gargoyle things. And Ranagar, you also, with your keen dragon mind, also realized that if he had more, he probably would have flexed them. You're confident enough.
figured.
Okay, you're confident enough that the birds would be able to hold them off.
I was like, yeah, I have like hundreds of birds. You have 2 gargoyles. Okay.
I was gonna say, like, Alfred Hitchcock would
I
beg
have
to
a
differ.
fucking army.
making sure we're in the same headspace. All right, cool.
And that's just birds.
Liz, before you tell me that
Yeah.
roll, Vex or Eros and Dom, as you slip back inside, you do see the bat. When that happens, the bat ducks down, and so you're ahead of the bat now. But it's pretty obviously you're not sure if it's a real bat or if it's a vampire. Either way, it's definitely trying to get into the winery to scout it out.
Ranagar be able to tell if that's a real bat?
Yeah, you can't talk to it. Your mind link isn't working.
That's not a real bat.
Are we gonna quickly close the door, or are we gonna get them out?
Catch the bat.
Dom,
Yes.
what is your aim?
Ooh.
It's pretty good.
We'll shoot it, I guess.
Do you think you could pin it, not kill it? Out of sight, obviously.
Or just slightly miss it.
Knock it out of the sky. The blunt tipped arrow. Use that one
Or
instead.
I can shoot it down, yeah.
Alright. Alright. If you want to make this a joint effort, you can shoot it down and mind link. I don't know what I'm saying this loud. You shoot it down. I can bag it.
Okay.
Real bad.
All right.
Let me give it a shot.
Or are you gonna go try and take the shot from Dom?
Where is it?
It's out front off to, so if there's kind of the front of the winery, it's off on like the right-hand side of the front of the winery. There's not any good windows from the second floor. But you could clamber on up to the roof if you wanted.
Yeah, I was gonna say the roof.
There's still,
I was gonna say, is there a way to get up? But Dom has
Yeah,
shoes.
there's also, well, you have spider climbing. There's
Okay.
also that big hole that still hasn't been repaired in the office room because you haven't had a chance to repair it yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Eros will let Dom know that they'll keep an eye on the bat's position as Dom gets to the roof.
All right, so
Keeping them
Dom, you
updated.
climb right up to the roof. Your
Yeah.
perception's still good enough, so you can just see where the bat is. It started flying, but it's like basically going, like doing it in bounds.
All right, I'll shoot it. Just
Is it within sight of the others?
No.
Okay.
Maybe. Hard to say.
Okay. I'll shoot it down with my oath bow, but I won't do the oath thingy.
'Kay. Roll to hit. And
Technically, it hasn't taken a turn yet, so I can have advantage, right?
Correct. It's also surprised, so you could do max damage. You could auto crit if you wanted to.
Oh, I don't necessarily want to kill it. I just want to knock it down.
You know it's
By
not a
the-
real bat.
By the same logic that you could auto crit, wouldn't you be able to target something that wasn't a critical area?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you would just be able to auto
Like wing it.
hit, wing
or
it.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Air
And
through
pin
its
it.
wing.
I like that logic. That's good.
Sure. Do I still need to roll for it then?
You still roll with advantage.
I don't know what a 14 plus 9 is because my brain's not
23.
mathing. But I'm assuming that hits.
And the bat squeaks very inaudibly over all the conversation that's going on, and it's pinned to the ground, and it's trying desperately to unpin itself.
Can Eros?
It's not a real bat, remember.
I don't care. I'm sad still.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I feel empathy for the vampire.
It's fair.
Can Eros run over and like stuff it in his bag?
Are you trying to be sneaky?
Yes, but also no. So yes, in the way of not trying to let them know that, oh, we got a bat, but also not trying to hide that he's out there.
Go for it. Roll me a stealth check as you run over to bag this thing. You don't need to roll to bag it.
"22."
You sneak over and just go to put the bag on it, and it, seeing you coming, panics and transforms back into a vampire.
So
So you put
Eros
the
can
bag.
get over to it.
Oh yeah,
Is
it's
it over
as you
its
put the
head?
bag on it. Yeah, it's over its head.
Eros tighten the bag immediately and tie it.
Yeah, make me a grapple check with
This is
advantage.
really necessary.
Prisoner.
What is grapple again?
Strength.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
With an arrow sticking out of their arm. I love it.
I don't want to look.
Crazy weather we're having. Just fog every day. It's like change it up.
Wait, was that at advantage or disadvantage?
Advantage.
Oh, it rolled a disadvantage.
No, it didn't. The 6 is blurred out. It picked
Oh.
the higher of the two numbers.
Oh, it did that on it picked the lower on roll on D&D Beyond, not on Foundry. Cool, that's a
Oh,
14.
I see.
But yeah.
Yeah, you do manage to kind of grapple it, and it's like clawing at the bag. At this point, there's no keeping this quiet, though, because it's yelling, and it's not like the bag's choking it out, and you can't choke out a vampire. They don't breathe.
No.
Definitely
Arrows-
not anything going on over there.
Arrows just didn't
So,
want teeth
Liz,
involved.
what did you roll?
So...
What did you roll on your perception?
Gonna put my
What was
wings out
thinking
for no
both times?
particular reason. Just a big stretch here. Oh!
That screaming fog is very strange.
Oh, big stretch, dragons!
Liz?
That's a 17
Sorry, I'm just so
persuasion.
tired.
I rolled the same both times, even with advantage. It's
So, as you say this, he's kind of like, and then looks over and sees this, and not Bastion. Bastion, you can roll for it. Passive perceptions on Liss and Ranagar. He panics a little bit. His little spy was definitely not supposed to get caught. As he's sort of like,
Liz is gonna glance back at the spy, and she's gonna kind of like
21.
that smirk on her face and
Okay,
look
you don't
back
do.
at Tobias, and kind of give him that look like, "You sure? You really sure you want to do this?"
well, I suppose it is very clear that you have this place well defended. Our services
Yes,
are not
it
needed,
is.
and I will pass that along to my superiors. You have.
I'm sure you do.
You enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.
Ranagar, before he leaves, Ranagar leans down and he just breathes a little smoke on him. He goes, you tell those gargoyles of yours they're doing a great job. Real scary. He just leans back.
Liz is gonna fold her arms and just look at him and not blink, and just very, very intense look of like, "Be sure you do, and we will."
Very well. And turns, and you can see the pang of defeat on their face as he turns and walks away and starts ordering his troops, and they about face and march off.
She just keeps watching them all the way out until they're not even visible anymore.
As they're walking away, Ranagar goes, "High five!" to Liss.
She kind of turns for like a second while she's still watching them to make sure nothing else happens, and like puts out her hand.
Ranagar just
Ranagar-
flicks it with his tail. Like the very, very tip.
Just the tip.
Just
Damn it.
Ah!
a minute.
So, as they're high-fiving, also, Eros, do you let go of the other vampire?
No!
That's our prisoner
Mine! My catch!
now.
Mine dumps.
Will go out
Um,
with some rope and try and like tie them down.
I'm gonna need you to make another grapple check. Because it's
Cool.
gonna turn back into a bat to try and escape.
It's still in a bag!
Yeah,
in a
its
bag.
head's in a bag. It's not. Its body will be out of the bag now, and its head's tiny.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be in the same positioning.
So, just regular?
Yeah, just regular this time.
Oh, look at it. That's 15.
It goes to, and then you manage to scoop it up into the bag completely. So, Eros and Dom, as you approach with your squirming bag, you watch Liss's hand, Ranagar's tail make contact with Liss's hand. And then Liss, where is the aberrant dragon mark?
Just to make this interesting, I think it's like on her upper arm, but I think because she was just training and stuff, like she has armor on, but not like the full thing, so it's like a cut-off top kind of thing.
That glows very suddenly and very obviously. You can see the light underneath the armor coming out through the folds in the plate and under the shirt. And it's glowing the 5 different colors of Ranagar. The exact same kind of mark that all of you have.
I was just gonna look at Ranagar and just go, really? We weren't special?
Ranagar, like, cocks his head back and goes, "What the fuck?"
Liz glances down.
And then
Like,
Ranagar
she's
looks at the
surprised
4 of
too.
you, the other 3, and he's like, "I swear I don't do this with just anybody."
So we weren't your
They all
first.
say-
I mean, I've been alive a long time. I've dabbled.
Right. Sloppy seconds. Neat.
Liz is gonna look kind of surprised at that. Like, not as surprised as maybe she should, but like, she's kind of like, she looks up at Ranagar and like to see his reaction to this whole thing.
I don't remember doing that to you. Oh, phrasing. I mean, I don't remember a lot of things, but I think I'd remember that.
How long have you had that?
That is a long story. A
You've
while.
got time.
A
Um,
while.
As
Yep,
you ask
I'm-
that, you can see the light extending up and down their arm. And then those of you who cast magic are aware of the blink spell. And this is the fate point I saved, so I'm spending it now.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh no.
As
Fuck.
they fizzle, and Liz is no longer standing there when the blink spell flickers again. And instead, standing there is a female kobold. Which is where we're going to end tonight's session.
God damn it.
I love it.
God damn it. Ah!
I love it. I love it.
Well, we will close the chapter for tonight. And we will see you all back next Sunday, where we continue Houses of Barovia. I will get our wonderful cast to shout themselves out one more time. Patrick.
Which one?
Lawler, sorry.
Hi, I'm Patrick Lawler. Everywhere. You know who I am. I was on the front page of Reddit today, apparently.
Fuck yeah.
Someone else was tagged. Don't you just love the internet?
Oh,
They went
no.
out of their way to tag the wrong person. God bless.
Vex.
I'm Vex. You can find me at Dancing with the Fae or Dancing with the Fairy on basically any social media website. I'm on almost all of them.
Gray.
I am Patrick Keefe. I am that gray gentleman everywhere on the internet because I am not as good as branding as Patrick Lawler. You can also find me at the Writers Room, which is a 7th Sea podcast. It's the Writers Room, a 7th Sea podcast specifically, where we play a sweeping pirate adventure and also teach people how to play the game 7th Sea, produced by Chaosium Inc., same folks that bring you Call of Cthulhu, as we ourselves learn how to play the game.
Jet.
Oh, that was fast. Hi, I'm Jet. I was Rokio and Juliet and everything, but now I'm Dungeons and Penguins on
Hey.
TikTok and Twitch and Instagram and all the social medias except Twitter because it was too long. So I'm D&D Penguin there. And of course I'm here Sundays.
Beautiful. And our newest addition, Blondie.
I am that one blonde nerd on TikTok where I do mostly D&D and OC story content. I'm kind of on Instagram, but not really. And recently we rebranded our Twitch channel to expand it a bit. And you can find me on ADH Adventures on Twitch. You can find me there 3 times a week. I run a session on Tuesday nights. I play in on Wednesdays and Saturday afternoons. And of course, you can find me right here on Sundays. Yeah, we run a few other shows with some awesome creators on that channel. So if you'd like to come check us out, we would love to have you there. Yeah, I'm super excited to be here and join this amazing cast. So
We are glad to have you. And I, of course, am the Tavern of Tales everywhere. I am the Teller of Tales, but I am the Tavern of Tales on all the socials except YouTube, where it's Baxter's Tavern of Tales. If you love what we do here and you want to keep up on all the other crazy stuff we've got going on, join our Discord. We have more shows in the works. We've got the plan to do a sweeping adventure open world concept that's going to be really fun. All the information for that, when it's going to be played, how we're going to play it, who the players are, is going to be on our Discord. If you love what we do here and you want to support us, subscriptions, bits, all that good stuff, and of course, Patreon. If you're interested in all of the homebrew stuff that we have here, Ranagar's subclass, Jet's subclass, or Dom's subclass, Eros' subclass, Lys's race, all of that will be available on the Patreon, along with all of the monsters, magic items, and even encounters, and probably battle maps from this show and the other shows going forward. This is how we're able to do this stuff, so if you can support the channel, we appreciate it. With that, I think that's everything I'm supposed to shout out at the end of the show. So, it is last call in the Tavern of Tales. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, all.